Yeah.
All right, what is going on? And welcome to another episode of the Doom of Daggerdale. This is the evil team. I am Tony, your DM. Just want to quickly say a few things. First of all, real quick, we have a VIP that's going to be in here tonight. She's going to introduce herself in a little bit. But we want to thank our Patreon supporters, want to thank our subscribers, and of course want to thank you guys, our viewers, for tuning in. You know, it's helping us just get bigger and bigger. And even if you can't subscribe or support us on Patreon, don't feel bad. You know, hey, just coming and hanging out with us is cool. So just come in, tune in, check us out. If you're interested in hiring us for any virtual games, you can check us out. We'll put a link actually in the description. We do that as well. We do private virtual games. Want to thank Wargaming Recon for promoting us. Want to thank Mace at Monkey Paw Clothing. She's actually in here. I have some of her stuff. It's pretty cool. Y'all should check it out. It is RPG clothing. Go ahead and check them out. Mace, if you ever want to drop a link in Discord or anything, or here in the Twitch channel, you can do that as well. I also want to thank NCR Sounds and Music. Actually, wait, I don't think we use as much as their stuff, so we don't have to thank them anymore. But thank you for when you did. I want to thank Stat Trackers, James Bramblebeard. He's in the good group. He is the owner of Stat Trackers. As you know, I use that stuff all the time. You see me using it. As long as it has it in there, I am always using it. And basically what it is, it's a great DM resource. You don't have to go flipping through the monster manual. You just break out one of these, and it has all the information you need right there on this little piece of paper that you can quickly have at a glance. All right, so this is session, I believe, 15 of the evil team. Last week they started to get on what has been told to them as a haunted boat. We'll go over that again in a second. This originally was the Doom of Daggerdale module, converted over from 2nd edition to 5th edition rules. And this whole map that you see, along with everything else, is all made out of Dwarven Forge. You should check them out. They do make the best terrain on the market. They don't use any type of flock. Get the flock out of here. So they don't play with that stuff. Also, we have live games. The next one will be on the 2nd of April. I will not be having the group sessions next week. I'll be doing GaryCon, so if you tune in, you'll be seeing the GaryCon games that I'll be running for them and everything else. I am going to let the players introduce themselves, and we will start actually with our VIP of the night. Exile, why don't you introduce yourself?
Oh god, I'm not ready.
It's okay. We'll go to somebody else then.
No,
Raven.
that was a joke.
Oh, I thought you were real. All right, go ahead.
Hey, I'm Exile. I'm going to be playing Scripples, a Kenku monk that will be showing up eventually.
All right. Go ahead, Raven.
Hey, I'm Raven. I'm playing Jimmy Headtricks. I am a Durgar, a rogue from the land down under. Up here in the really bright overworld for some reason or other. That's me.
All right. Eric?
Yes, I am Kutcher. He's a Wood Elf barbarian from the Blood Tree clan. He's the only one left of his people. He is 3rd level, and he has a bit of a temper problem.
All right. Another character we have, Winged. He's actually Lucius. He's going to be here, I think, in a little while. He's running a little bit late. And then we have another person that's going to be here at 7. That is Yuri. They're running late as well. So we'll have some people grunt them along for the RP and play them till they get here. Mace, why don't you introduce yourself?
All right, well, I'm Mace, and I play Hatchet, who is a Tabaxi rogue. And she has an affinity for sewers, gross things, and all kinds of mayhem. She just does not care.
All right. And Eldritch.
Hello, I am Eldritch Author, and I play Gick, short for Gickbirth, the cleric of Bane, human, who has recently slain the wyvern responsible for demolishing his mercenary company, the Red Shrikes. And he says he demolished, but more like he helped his whole party through it, realizing that it's a lot easier to conquer and dominate when working as a team.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. where we left off last week was obviously they're still trying to find out the mystery of what's causing the sickness in Dagger Dales. People have been dying, but the world is still moving. Other things are going on, and Tempest had an encounter with a person named Aloris Doldark. And that was actually a gentleman that said he had some information and told her a little bit. I'm not going to say too much because Tempest hasn't told the party everything. But she had an encounter, and now the party is kind of taking a little bit of a side route to do a little side quest mission to find out what is going on with Tempest and trying to help her out. Even though they're evil, I guess they have their own intentions. Maybe they want something. Also... this was a boat. He said that the Aloris had told him that his boat was haunted, that something was going on. He wants them to go ahead and find out what is going on with his boat so he can go ahead and start, delivering everything that's on it. And he's not going to tell Tempest anything or give her anything until she goes and does that. So he's not a very nice person. He's basically forcing Tempest to go do a job if she wants to know anything about the situation that he mentioned to her. So that is right where we are. I'm going to quickly go ahead and read to the party again what had happened when Aloris had told them some information. So one of the things that Aloris going to say, so they're right here on the, if you could see, they're right on the docks here, about to go onto the boat itself. They had heard a bunch of moans and creaks, and Aloris was telling them last time that many shipwrights were injured in the accidents throughout the Far Seas constructions. Workers swore they could hear odd, high-pitched laughter. Some of the town folks say they have even seen a pale figure roaming the ship's deck at night. They say the apparition walks through the mast and sinks down through the planks of the ship. Construction is now complete on the latest addition to the town's proud fleet, but sailors refuse to board this ship now. And eerie sounds and tenured moans resound throughout the ship. Spars suddenly drop from the mast, the sails fill without wind, and solid boards just seem to break underneath foot. He also advised them to doff their armor before they board the Farsi to begin their investigation. He had mentioned that several groups of armored adventurers drowned when the evil spirits threw them overboard. And then after that, he basically had no further advice. So the description of the boat, now that they're there right in front of it, the Farsi is a large two-masted merchant ship of no special appearance. A traditional wooden figurehead adorns the prow of the obviously new vessel. Polished wooden decks rise fore and aft of the main deck and cargo doors. And let's see if there's anything else here that he tells you. The first deck of the ship consists of a main deck with a raised fore and aft decks to either end of the ship. The main mast that you see there rises 50 feet above the main deck, while the foremast rises as high above the foredeck. Coils of rope lie neatly against the railings. 2 coils along each side of the main deck. You should see them right there as well. 1 coil along each side of the fore and aft decks. Brand new sails are tightly strapped to the spars of each mast. And that's where we're going to start. They've got their description of what they're looking at. They can see it right in front of them. They see the rope. They see the sails. And I'm going to let them take it away, and then they'll let me know what they want to do. Oh, and Hatchet has come back from the sewers with, I hate to even say this word. I don't know what to say. He's her, Hatchet's ward? If doesn't eat.
He's my adopted pet.
A pet. Yeah, a pet that, Hatchet might eat. All right, so I'm going to let Hatchet come back up from the sewers with the adopted pet that I don't even think we gave the adopted pet a name yet, so maybe it's just Pet.
Oh, I have a name for him. After we've spent many days in the sewers, there's a lot of trust and bond that you have to build operating in the dark, operating in really slimy, kind of easy to trip on conditions. So we kind of built a bond there. His name is now Latrine. So you
the what? Wait, what is it?
Latrine. It's
Latrine.
a really beautiful name.
Oh,
I saw
no.
it written somewhere.
Oh no!
Sewer, and
It's an exotic
I love the
foreign
sound
name.
of it.
You named him Yordle.
It sounds beautiful.
I mean, that's how Ripley bonded with Newt.
Yordle. Latrine. All right.
So I'm going to assume we just found like we were traveling through the sewers, found like the big like pipe that leads to the ocean or whatever, and I just so happened upon the party again with my sidekick.
You got it.
Small world.
Gets smaller in there.
Just in time for a little action, Hatchet.
Well, I guess we were getting kind of bored and stir crazy anyway, so a little action's not too bad. Don't really love the idea of open waters or waters in general, so we're gonna need a life vest.
We've been told to take our armor off before boarding this ship. But I don't know how credible this is.
Good news and bad news. I don't really have armor is the good news. The bad news is also that I don't have armor.
Well, I think I'm just wearing some leather, right? So I'm just gonna take this off. It's not gonna protect me from a sword strike or anything anyways.
I don't know.
Of course it's credible. If you're over water and you fall into the water, you will drown, especially if you're wearing something heavy.
Well, yeah, I can't swim anyways.
I mean, maybe our characters can swim? I guess that depends on how ubiquitous the skill swimming is in this instance of the
You'll be rolling for it.
Right.
Gik looks down at his shiny new magical plate armor. I feel personally attacked here, and I don't know how to feel about it.
So I've taken a moment to take off my armor, and that is reflected in my character sheet. I just unequipped it.
All right.
Well, how about those that don't have armor can go on first, and the others are on standby. Young is in a hurry to take their armor either.
I do not think this is the wisest course of action to take. I have to digress in this instance. The reason why we shouldn't wear armor is because when we do go on the boat, even if they have to get onto that boat, because they will if anything attacks, because why would anything on a haunted boat leave the boat? They will stay on the boat, so the people would have to go onto the boat, and then they will drag them off of the boat to drown them. A quick and easy death. Come on, people, let's use our heads.
Well, they'd have
What
to
if we
get
bring
hands
our
on us
armor,
first.
but we don't?
Sorry, what?
What if we bring our armor on board, but we just don't wear it? Does that make any difference?
I mean, if you held it and something ripped it out of your hands and threw it overboard, you'd probably let go.
I mean, that's the same as not bringing it.
It's kind of the same thing as not bringing it, yeah. But then we'd have it. If we find out this is all bunk.
Ooh. You begin to hear moans and stuff from the ship, and it's creaking.
Or are we going water on this thing?
Sorry, did you say that
Is there a
again?
question, Dick?
Are we going out in open water on this thing?
No.
No, I believe the boat is attached to the land, so we just have to, it's docked currently, so all we have to do is get onto this boat and find out what exactly these creatures are.
So
Cutter.
I'm looking at this setup you got here, and I can see that there are what I don't know what they're called, but they're like cannon holes. Like you'd open the window and stick a cannon in the little square hole and shoot it if you were in naval combat.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like shunted right up against the dock, so I could probably reach out and open one of those.
Oh, those are just. Hey, look, that's not really there on the ship. That's just on the ship that I bought. There's no cannon holes on this merchant ship. Gunpowder doesn't exist.
All right.
Are those the window holes then? Could they be window holes?
Yeah.
Perhaps we can look through the
Portals.
windows, portholes.
No window portholes. It's just a solid merchant vessel, guys. Sorry about that. I don't have perfect recreations.
I feel hoodwinked.
Do any of us have carpentry skills? Maybe we could deck this place out with sunroofs and the like.
I think
No,
Tempest
I'm
was gonna
guessing
say
that's a
something.
no.
Cutter, can I have a word real quick? And I'm gonna pull Cutter to the side.
Oh. Personal conversations,
Goes off.
secrets from the party. Are they plotting murder? Who's to say?
I don't know what I'm gonna find in this letter, but if it isn't what I expect it to be, I'm going after my father. If I have to kill him, then he has to die. But hopefully, I hope that's not the case. Even though I don't know how to feel.
Perhaps it is best to see what you see. I do understand your rage. I wish to do something. Know that I support you, Tempest. As I said, we are of blood. We are sister tribes. We are slayers together.
Thank you. That means a lot. I guess we should go then.
I have an out of character question.
Yes.
So I have a spell called Find Familiar. It's a ritual. So do I have to have that as one of my prepared spells since it's a ritual?
I
Ritual
thought.
spells you do not need to have prepared, but they take an extra 10 minutes to cast.
So an hour and 10 minutes? Okay.
Yeah.
Back in
You can hang
character.
out.
I have a possible solution to reconnoisseur the ship. Perhaps I could, if you give me an hour and 10 minutes or so, I could find a familiar, conjure up a familiar, and it could do the reconnaissance for us without risking our necks and having something surprise us.
Just call up some bilge rat.
And we send the boy.
Would you all?
Boy's not going.
Your pet.
I say we do
Boy's just-
do this thing with the familiar.
The boy's not going. He's not going. Latrine's staying here.
No.
If he stays here on the, so he's not going with us at all. He's gonna stay here on the deck.
He's
I'm sure
gonna
it'll be
probably just
perfectly
guard the
safe.
sewers.
You're gonna leave him to guard here. He's better off.
I'm gonna have him guard the sewers, and I will take off my armor and give it to him to keep safe there. Just don't think a boy's fit for a journey this size. I don't know. I was so ready to kill you, little latrine, but now I look into your tiny soulless eyes and I see my young self, and I don't want you to die yet.
Oh. Mommy?
Is he able to hang out in the sewers? I don't want him to die.
Well, that's up. All right, so you want Latrine to go hang back out in the sewers?
Yeah, with my armor. I'm gonna have him protected.
Man, he's pretty loyal to you, eh?
Yeah, I'm about to say he's loyal for the people who they kind of kidnapped him in a way. Oh, let's see. Well, he has no other buddy that's helping him survive, and he thinks his parents are dead at this point. Hatch has probably been giving him rat food and rat meat, I would think. So, go ahead and let's get a
We don't
roll to
eat
see if you.
rats.
Oh, that's right. Because that's right. Oh, that's right.
They raised me.
I know that's right. I instantly, the minute you said it, I remembered. I know because I have part of your.
All vegan down there. It's all sewer plants that happen, like the moss and stuff. So
Let's get a roll for persuasion to see if you can persuade him to leave and go by himself because he's so PTSD'd. Oh, I hate you with your 18. Damn you! Damn you, Mace!
Nice.
What is the like hostage syndrome where they fall in love with their captors?
Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah, Stockholm syndrome.
All right, so do you want to? I'll let you act out this situation. Whatever he does, because you passed a persuasion to persuade him to go wait. He's got his Stockholm syndrome over you.
Okay.
I'm gonna start this procedure while you guys are doing this.
All right, Latrine.
Yeah, good idea.
Trust you with this. You can try it on if you would like, but I need you to do. Well, I need you to do me a big favor and make sure that it doesn't go lost. I don't really trust these guys still. And I don't trust that water. And I would hate for you and I to both go. So go ahead and keep learning the ropes in the sewers. You know which plants to eat. You know which matter not to eat. So I trust you with that. Do you want me to RP Latrine too? Last time you were doing it, but I can also RP if you
I
want.
thought I would let you do it since you have what you want him to say. I imagine.
Okay.
I imagine he's
All right, so it's just going to be like, yes, sir. Can I have a hug before you go? No. And he's going to go off in the little tunnel.
Oh
boy.
There goes the tree then.
In my head canon, he was like, yeah.
Latrine has left. All right. So what are we doing now, guys?
So
My guy
comrade.
has a.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Gickworth.
No. Gick is going to ask his comrades. So should I be taking off this armor? Like, should I keep it on? Like, what do I do? Like,
I've taken
it's
off
kind of
my
like
armor.
being
but-
protected.
Yeah, I've taken off my armor, but my armor wasn't. Let's be real. My armor wasn't doing much.
You know, it's kind of sad you guys can't just cast magical armor on yourself like I can.
Bam!
Oh, no, yeah, I can only command people to kneel when I want.
Oh, okay. You know,
I can get eaten by bugs.
I think I'm of the mindset. Now, hear me out. That keep my armor on. If I
Gickworth,
fall in the water, I drown. Yes, but how can they drag me when I'm too heavy?
because they're phantasmal,
They can't.
Gickworth. But while you're thinking about that, why don't you keep your armor on and stand by me over this next hour while I cast this ritual, and then I consume everything in fire that I was preparing in a brazier.
As you're casting that ritual, the boat continues to creak and hear moans.
Sounds like a party in there.
You hear cries like, and then also laughter.
Yeah, I'm scanning. I'm just like scanning everywhere, just to try and make sure nobody can sneak up on us as you're casting this ritual.
out of character. Wing, did you do mage armor last session? Because I think I
Probably
did.
did.
Yeah, I
Pretty
think.
sure I probably did. Yeah.
Yeah, because I spent the spell slot for it. I was just trying to make sure.
I have used one spell slot, so I believe I had to use mage armor. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
All right.
Yeah.
So what's the deal?
So I'm scanning just to make sure. I'm one extra set of eyes to warn us of any kind of surprise or something.
I will stand next to Jimmy and I will poke him with my dagger.
Oh God! How hard?
Remember that?
Yeah.
I yelp.
So, Tony, while Lucius is casting his ritual spell, I'd like to walk halfway up the plank and just scan across it and make a perception roll.
Okay. So you're just going up the plank
14.
itself. You're not going on the boat yet.
Oh, I'll go like 3/4 of the way. You know, I'm always
Wait,
first.
are you
anyway.
going onto the? So you're going onto the boat. You have to tell me exactly where you're going. Where do you want to stay?
No, no,
That's
no, no.
Relax, Lucius. 3/4 of the way on the plank, right? So there's that plank that leads to it.
Okay, so right here.
So basically, I would be right along the edge of the boat if I was on the boat, but I'll be on the plank.
Your mini doesn't want to.
There. Yep. There.
Mini is stuck. There we go. Cutter was holding on to you. Didn't want to let you go. All right. So you're right about there. Right. Almost next to the boat. All right. And go ahead and give me a perception roll.
I got a 14.
Okay. You know, you don't really notice anything. You don't see anybody other than, you know, you continue to hear the creaking, a little bit more laughter. And then the boats, you know, the sails seem to like fill with wind and ruffle for no reason. That was a terrible wind sound effect. I'm sorry. But the sails just kind of ruffle like that and everything. And, you know, so you can tell, the boat almost seems like alive and haunted. Raggy? What's going on here?
Was that latrine as he slunk away?
Well, latrine sounds like Scooby-Doo. Like Scooby?
I imagine him more like Scrappy Doo, honestly.
I don't.
It's pretty hard to roleplay.
we don't speak of that little shit.
All right, so you take. That's all you really see. You don't. You know, you're just looking at the top deck. It's about sundown now. The sun's starting to go down. So it's you got that orange, you know, view. The sun's right tipping below the horizon, but you don't see anything really or notice anything out of place other than the weird sounds and the weird things going on.
So I will keep my spot and just continue to keep watch with an active perception. And by the way, that's not my mini. That's on the plank right now.
You said Lucius said he wanted to go up the plank.
Well, no.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I thought Lucius said he was going up, not Cutter. I'm sorry, Cutter. My bad. I was wondering why Lucius wanted to go first, but you know.
Absolutely suicidally not.
I thought for sure.
Lucius is casting a ritual spell.
I thought he was walking up there while he was casting it, just whistling away, like, you know. I was like, I wasn't going to question it because, you know, I just wanted to see how it all panned out. All right. So, Cutter, you are not up there. I apologize about that, buddy. Cutter is now up there looking over, and again, you're just I already explained what you saw, so you're just standing up there with your passive perception. And we'll go ahead and say right now that hour you're just hanging out. You don't notice it. The boat just continues to creak because you don't ever step on the boat. It just creaks and makes sounds. You hear laughter. You hear sometimes cries. That's about it. And at that point, your find familiar spell, we'll say that, is kicked in. Lucius, what do you want to do now?
All right. So my eyes, if any of you have seen Game of Thrones, my eyes go white like when they're warging. I'm starting to pretty much warg. I say, okay, it's finished, and a rat appears. If you have the rat stats, Tony.
Yeah, hold on. I have a little rat right here. Hold on.
All right, so pretty much it has 1 hit point. It has dark vision, has keen smell, so it has advantage on wisdom perception checks that rely on smell, and it is a spirit. It is not an actual rat, so I think that might be important in this situation.
It's a spirit.
It's not an actual rat. It is a spirit.
So where are you sending? You're sending your rat on the boat.
So yeah, my eyes go white, and then I have a telepathic link where I can see through his eyes and smell through his nose, all the senses pretty much. And yes, the rat is going on the boat, and it's going to follow the. It's going to go to the left.
By the way, that rat is from the rough part of town. That's why it's carrying a blade. You know,
before we begin any action, I just wanted to ask what time is it?
Right now, I'd say it's about 7 o'clock where you're at. You know, it's sun pretty much gone down.
Oh
It's
yeah,
getting to be
you
night.
mentioned the sunset, right?
Yep. So it's getting that late sunset. So it's almost night as the rat's gone on here. We'll say. So we'll say right now the sun's gone down. It's officially just say it's nighttime on the boat as the moon is rising. All right. So what do you want to do with your rat?
The rat is going to go on his left, I think. Where's the sound coming from?
It's coming pretty much, I'd say it's generalized. Sometimes you hear it from the front, sometimes you hear it from the back. And before we do that, let me ask everybody what they're going to do real quick. So everybody, because this might...
Okay.
Raven, is there anything you want to do? And
I'm still going to be guarding Lucius's body, like as if he needs to like leave his headspace to enter the rat's headspace, I'm going to guard his body.
That's very kind of you.
So you're hanging over there by Lucius. All right.
Strength in numbers.
Gotcha. Okay. So you're hanging by Lucius. Eric, Cutter, what do you want to do? Oh, you already said you're hanging up there doing passive perception checks. All right. Lucius, you're just focusing. Yuri is grunting away, I assume.
Nope, she's here.
Oh, wait, Yuri's here now?
Yeah, she just got here.
Oh,
Hey!
wicked. Short meeting. Nice.
We got
Okay.
like a two-point thing right now. Me and we're sharing the screens right now.
Okay, well, I'll give her a second. Kick, what do you want to do, buddy?
Given past experience and having observed repetitive behaviors, Gick is going to remain immediately behind Cutter, and is also going to be using his perception for the area with his ridiculous perceptive skills.
I'm
They're
reaching
going to be following behind Cutter, especially if Cutter starts like running into, a room.
All right. So you're right behind Cutter. Oh, yeah, Cutter has a habit of going in and, well, I think we all know by now.
He has a habit of going in, getting thwacked.
Yeah, see, Cutter is a brave soul, not always the wisest. His character, not in real life. His character. In real life, he's very
Gick
wise.
is basically enabling Cutter's behavior right now.
Yeah,
I know. All right.
for sure.
So Gick's hanging behind Cutter and Mace or Hatchet. What do you want to do?
Moral support from the docks for the rat.
What did you say?
Rah rah, sis boom
The-
bah.
Moral
this-
support.
This rat has a
From the
name.
docks
This rat has a name. Is Fievel.
Oh my god.
for 5.
All right. So Fievel now rolls with advantage. I'll say that because of the any perception for whatever, because the help from Hatchet cheering on the rat spirit, and then finally Space. What do you want to do?
Also, following Gick, I will be behind Gick, who is behind Cutter because we know how Cutter is. And I would just be waiting for him. I know he wants to run into the ship.
This feels like a Dr. Seuss like lineup story. Something's getting ready to line up in a Dr. Seuss story. I swear to God.
So this is a bit of a pull, but you said the rat's name is Fievel?
Fievel.
Yeah.
Yes.
As in like an American Tale?
An American
Fievel?
Tale.
As in the Russian immigrant mouse from American Tale?
Oh no, I know where this is going.
As in the same kind of nationality that the second Dick hears Fievel like as the name of the rat, he's like, I feel like that's a coward and a traitor who left his country for a better life. somehow like formulating this familiar's entire backstory.
That's great.
You're
He's just a rat.
He left the motherland. I'm sorry, I'm derailing. I'm good now.
Can I get a quick, really quick? I need to know the languages that everybody speaks. Real quick, I'm gonna go one by one. This is just a real quick question. Raven, what languages do you speak?
I have obviously common, dwarvish, goblin, undercommon, and I don't think this is going to be handy, but thieves can't.
Okay, Eric.
Just wood elf and common and pain.
Okay, winged.
I speak. I understand and speak Common, Elvish, Draconic, Infernal, and Undercommon.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh, so we can talk in undercommon.
Yeah, I did when we first
What
had to
is
do each other.
Yuri? Yuri, can you talk yet? Are you there? Or is she muted?
Can you guys hear me?
Can you hear me?
Oh, now we
Yes.
can. Young. And
All
Young,
right, my mic was muted.
yeah, and what do you want to do, by the way, Young, real quick? After you, well, tell me your languages that you speak first, and then tell me what you want to do.
Okay, so I speak Celestial, Common, and Infernal. And also, are we actually on the boat? Or are we?
Not
Yeah.
yet. No. We are on the dock. There's a rat, which is a familiar of Lucius, going onto the boat.
Yeah. The idea is that Yuri wants to go on the boat, but she realizes that but as a character, as a player, I know there's probably going to be a battle that immediately starts.
Okay.
So she's just
Yeah.
going to go on the boat. She's going to go unguarded with her shield up, and
I stop
she's
you.
just going to she's going to. Okay, so I'm stopped.
I'm stopping you.
So
We're being
you're
very, very careful.
So you're wait, Yuri's walking on the boat.
Incredibly careful.
Wait,
and
Yuri
slow
has
about
said
this.
Yuri has said she wants to walk on the boat. Is she joking? Or are you
Yeah,
serious,
but
Yuri?
she wasn't here. It was not fair to her
No,
player.
well, I want to, but I'm also looking at everyone else, seeing as they're not on the boat.
Yeah,
So
smart.
I'm like,
Yeah, that was
I'm
the
like-
discussion. That's why we have a rat.
why are we not on? So the first question to the rest of the party would be, why are we not on the boat already?
I'm not going to do that to you, Yuri. I was joking. Anybody who speaks Elven, once the rat kind of gets on board, you begin to hear, like, there's cries and sobs, and they begin to sound like they're actually coming from below deck, and you hear, it sounds like a lamenting of hobgoblins. Hobgoblins. That's only for the people, and it's like a lament about in between these evil hobgoblins and vengeance. And that's only for the people that would speak Elven. If the people who speak Elven may want to tell that to the party, or they may not, I don't know. Maybe want to keep them in ignorance.
Is there an accent to it at all? What, like a wood elf dialect?
No accent.
Neutral
So-
Elven.
Or since he's
I didn't even
Cutter's
say
right
it was
there.
an Elven. I didn't say it was an Elven accent. I just said people who speak Elven. Did not say Elven
sounds, but
accent.
it is Elven. It is Elven though, right?
Yes, the language you heard it in is Elven, but that did not say Elven accent.
Cutter will kind of cock his ear and then he says, "It's Elvish. Something about something bad happened."
Filthy hobgoblins.
So it's good to know you guys heard it too.
Yes. Wonder if it's related, Tempest. He looks at Tempest because of their conversation.
Hopefully it's not related.
In the event that it is, you all helped me confront my greatest hurdle in this part of my journey. So it is only fair that I repay that debt by helping the two of you with what seems to be something related to the two of you. Oh, by the way, Tempest and Cutter, if you don't want me to hear what's going on, like things that you say, you might want to like put your hand over your mouth because I can read lips.
I have no
This is
secrets.
like the-
I never had.
This is more directed toward Tempest because I know that you were trying to talk to Cutter alone, but I couldn't help but look in that direction. So, full disclosure, I can read lips. You want to keep something from me? I respect that, but you might want to cover your mouth.
I'm gonna laugh at that, and
I'm laughing.
I wasn't trying to hide anything. It doesn't matter if you find out one way or another. What I have to do is what I have to do, and Cutter knows because he's from a sister tribe of mine, and like it really doesn't matter.
Either way, you both have my voice.
Please be nice to the cleric.
What he said.
Fine, whatever.
I think Tony's getting
Okay,
annoyed. Tony's getting impatient. He just wants to kill us.
So, has the rat come back with anything? Tony, I think we're waiting to find out if the rat has any information for us.
So yeah, the rat would like to know. I guess would the rat know how to get below deck, or know about a ship's outline? Would my character know a ship's I guess blueprints?
I would think not. I mean, unless you have see
Like a
that
regular
don't it,
ship. Like I would know where a captain's thing is, or how to get under below deck, right?
the rat right now, the hatches you can see obviously from your position. You can already see the hatches are closed, so it can't get there the easy way. Maybe the rat could find a way to squeeze down below deck. Let's get a roll for it to see if your rat can do it. And since Mace is rolling, it's going to be a little bit of a rough roll here. Give me a 20, and your rat is able to squeeze below the posts, and make it a nature 20. Nature 20.
Am I the one?
Natural
rolling?
20. Huh?
Nature, like you're
Oh,
controlling
nature.
the,
Okay.
controlling the rat or something. And what wait, somebody
teacher.
and somebody was just about to say something. What was that?
Oh, did you say I was the one rolling?
No, I said you were cheering him on so he gets advantage.
Okay.
All right, I need that. Come on, I need that. Come on, I need the cheers.
Papa needs new shoes. No
Sorry,
whammies, no
what-
whammies,
so
no
what-
whammies. Stop.
What am I rolling? I'm sorry.
I'm rolling. You're cheering me on. Come
Okay,
on.
all right,
Come
go,
on,
go,
Hatchet.
go. 5-0. And then I'm flipping off Gick also because he's the one that was like, oh, that's a traitor.
Ooh. Oh, so you got
Sorry.
it. Winged, you are able, your rat.
It's on you, Hatchet.
Your rat is able.
Ival.
You did. You squeezed it. You got that high roll. And your rat is just able to get below deck. And what you see, darn, I can't squeeze around here. You have to give me a second, guys. All right, squeeze around the camera here.
That's because you're not a rat.
Yeah, I'm not the size of a rat. So we're
If
gonna.
only you were, like, you could become large to get. Oh, thank you. You could become large to like build this thing, and then you could become small to manipulate everything on the board.
I don't want to touch too many of the cameras. For right now, I'll just describe what you see until JC moves the camera because he has it set in a position. So
That's fine. That's fine.
oh, I'm just gonna describe what you see. As your rat goes down there, you see it's able to just squeeze below. You know, the ship itself is still a beautiful ship where you can see it's it's a large, it's been redone with wood recently. You can tell it's all new lumber that's been put in this ship as the rat's going below, and you see a bunch of cargo below. You see that there's a sleeping quarters, there's a captain's quarters. You see chests below. I'm just giving you a rundown as the thing is going everywhere, running around. You see chests below, closed chests. You also see a crew quarters. But then you see something really strange in the corner, inside a cage. It looks like a creature that is dressed almost like in like robes, kind of like, and it looks to be a feathered humanoid of some kind. That is inside a cage on the below deck. A feathered humanoid.
I tell everybody that it's an ice demon and we must burn the ship immediately. I'm just kidding, Exile. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
Did you see my face? Did you see? I hope the stream caught that. I literally, my eyes just went. I was like, because I was like, oh my god, if they do that, oh my god. I was like, oh shit. You got me good.
Come up with a bullshit way to survive.
You got me. All right, so your rat is able to see all that below, and now it comes back. It runs back up to you and everything else. You still hear the creaking and the moaning.
I don't want to have it run back yet. It's still doing reconnaissance.
Oh, okay.
If it can get into the captain's quarters, I'd like it to do that because that's usually where the good stuff is.
All right.
That's usually where the boss is. That's usually where the baddest thing is.
Hold on. Let me describe what you see. Hold on. The cargo hold is half filled with 2 piles of crates, barrels for, I'm just going to go describe the whole thing. Barrels for foodstuffs and water and supplies of pitch, hemp, cloth, and planking for ship repairs. The officer's quarters, as your rat, he's running, scurrying along. You hear his little feet hitting, the wood as he's running along and seeing all this stuff. You're still hearing the moans and the shrieking and everything else and the vengeance about hobgoblins. So
is that
there's something.
Coming from the cage?
No, it's not coming from. It's coming from the ship itself. It seems like the officers' quarters consist. It seems like you see 4 small rooms, each with a bed and a sea chest. And then the crew quarters is a large room. It's right under the foredeck. And I might be able to actually, I just remembered, I can actually show you this because that's right. I did something. I built the
Quick question. Tempest, Space, were you speaking openly about the letter yet? Or am I unaware about what we're really here for?
Here's the officer's quarters.
I only told Cutter about this. Everybody else is in the dark.
So we're here because you guys just wanted to come here.
We're here to get treasure. I'm here to get a letter.
Gotcha. Okay.
Hey, JC, you can put it back to the other camera because it shows the officer's
And I'm
quarters.
here to get better.
All right, guys, you should be able to see the second, the beds in the officers' quarters and the crew quarters now, and you should be able to see the chests if we get that camera on there. So yeah, that's what you see. Again, in the crew quarters the crew's sleeping hammocks are stretched between poles that are set in the floor and ceiling at regular intervals. The hammocks are stacked 2 high, one at 2 feet off the floor, the other at 3 feet above it between each set of poles. And 2 sea chests lie under each set of hammocks. And then as you're in there, the moaning, you still hear, again, the moaning and everything else. And it seems to come from this area, near this area maybe of the room itself.
This is where the money is coming from, this area?
A little, yeah. It seems to be louder in this area.
And I can't see anything with my senses or smell anything.
But then the moaning just stops. And it's back again. You just hear it all over the ship again.
I'm going to go to the other side of the ship if it's possible and see if there's anything over there that's like keeping this thing in a cage because something must be guarding it.
No, when you go over there, it's unconscious, so you don't see any type of, there's no guards or anything like that. It seems incredibly, from what you could tell, I mean, you're not a perfect judge of, what you see is, but it looks, because it's very emaciated, so it looks very malnourished from what you can see. Like it's very thin, almost look like it's not alive at this point. But nothing is guarding it. It's just locked in this cage, it seems like. You can't even really tell if it's locked at this point because obviously it's just a rat. But you assume it must be locked or it probably leave.
So I see no evidence of any kind of phantasms.
No, you do not.
Any blood?
No blood. Oh, I can't wait till y'all find out what this is.
All right. So
just go on.
I'm going to dismiss the rat, dismiss Fievel, and my eyes suddenly come back into focus, and I say, "This is quite odd. there's laughing. I can't find the source of the laughing. The only thing I could think of is perhaps it's the old wood that's causing. It's the old wood in the water running by it that's causing the strange. Is perhaps it's natural phenomenon.
It was louder in that one room. Remember, it was louder for a few moments in that one room.
I did hear that it was louder in the crew room. I didn't find any in the crew room. There was a lot of chests. I didn't find much in the captain's quarters, which was strange.
Lucius, is the ship safe enough for us to enter it?
I see no evidence of anything in there except some monster. Perhaps it was for trading for creatures. I don't know, for the trade up in what's that place called? That jungle. Schult. Perhaps there a Schult trade. There's some kind of emaciated feathered creature that's in a cage, but it doesn't look like it would be a threat, and it's not making any noise. So really, I don't see any threat.
Let's go see what this captured feathered thing is.
Let's.
Oh, I guess that's our go ahead. Let's go.
All right, hold on. Let me ask everybody what they want to do first. All right. So, let's start. Space, what do you want to do?
I want to go on the ship, so I'm probably going to walk past Cutter.
Then, well, we're going to go down the order of who's like in line when we go on the ship. But I just want to ask: is anybody not going on the ship?
That's a big old no.
That's a big old no. Okay. So then I guess I don't need to go down the line then, since I know what everybody wants to do. I'll just start at the very top and
I'm usually at the back, just so you know.
We know
Actually,
you want to see if everybody else gets
I'll be
hurt
second
first.
last.
You want to see if everybody else gets hurt first before you go on, Jimmy.
Cool.
I know.
That's Lucius as well.
So Cutter, you're in line first. Do you want to go on the ship, and what do you want to do? And where do you want to go? Be specific where you want to move. It is squared out for everything on that ship. You can see there's actual squares for movement. Tell me where you want to move. There's an open.
But right now,
What you see, just to let you know, the deck to go downstairs. The stairs are here.
That is incorrect.
And here. And then there is a hatch right there, a hatch right here, a rope right here is described in the beginning, coiled, and a rope
We
right
can't
there.
see like most
I
of
think
that.
you need to back up the camera a little bit.
Oh, okay, hold on. Let me see back up the camera. Let me see let me see what it looks like. Hold on.
Yeah, it's zoomed up a little bit too close in that one room.
Yeah. Need to,
lift the okay.
camera's nose or something.
Oh, okay, I see.
So just
It's,
unzoom maybe.
Hey, can you
Zoom up.
unzoom the camera, JC? Because we're trying to see the whole
Or like a
boat.
different angle or something.
Is it
That
even there?
works. That's good.
Oh, did it change? Okay, I didn't even know if it changed for me.
You have to turn the camera.
Yeah, we got it.
Okay, so you can see the whole boat now? Okay, excellent.
More or less.
You can see about
More or
half
less.
of it.
You can see half of it, yeah.
All right. Well, you should be able to see. Here's the mast. Here's another mast. Here's the stairs going down. Here's some stairs going down. Here's the rope. Here's another rope as described. And again, and then here is the hatch that you can open, another hatch to look at. So all these things can be investigated if you want. Again, mast, all that stuff, or streaking and making sounds if you want to go and blah, blah, or do anything here. Or here's the stairs, again, if you just want to go down. All right, so Cutter.
That's a much better angle. That's good.
All right, Cutter, what do you want to do?
yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and move towards those stairs down. On my way there, I want to stop and investigate the rope.
Okay, which rope? This rope here or this rope over here?
Well, so the stairs down is to Cutter's left, correct?
Yep, we'll say that's north. This is north over here, and this is south. All right, so you want to investigate this rope right here?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. So you're standing right there. Okay. Oh, goody. Oh, goody. Yay! Cutter's always good for fun. All right. So, as you get by that rope, let's see. Coils of, all right, so as you get by this rope, you begin to get close to it, and you can tell that this is a hemp rope made out of, wooden fibers, natural fibers. All right, so you can tell that, it's a, very tough and strong rope. And as you actually get close to it, the rope itself begins to move and everything else, and just, and it starts coming for you and grabs you around. So let's see. It says anyone who wanders over, and this isn't me writing. This was the actual adventure written. This isn't my cruelty. Anyone wanders, the coils of rope attack whenever a character gets within 5 feet. All right, so all of a sudden this thing begins to haul you up into the air cutter. It starts swinging you around, and it starts beating you, but you get 2 strength checks. So let's see what happens here. Banged once against the mast, so you go ahead and let's roll for your damage as this thing picks you up by your feet upside down. It starts banging you against the mast, right? You automatically go ahead and you're going to take 1d6 points of damage. So let's go. Oh, I'm sorry, my fault. You get a chance to escape it first. DM messed up, guys. He wasn't exactly attacked. The rope begins to come for you. I'm so ready to have it attack you. The rope begins to attack you.
I was ready for my funeral. I was
Let's go ahead and roll a strength.
for the funeral.
All right, you get 2 strength checks to avoid this attack. So go ahead and roll me a strength check to see if you avoid the first one. DC 13.
Okay, so I have an important question, which is to investigate it, because I thought almost this same thing would happen. Can I at least rage?
You didn't say you were raging before you got on the boat. I hate that.
Okay, that's fine.
I hate to be a dick, because usually in dungeons you say I'm gonna rage or something before. So yeah, just roll me a strength check. All you gotta do is. Okay, for the first one, all right, so this one, as it picks you up, because you get 2 chances to escape. The first one, it picks you up again. Now I can explain it, I'm sorry. It starts banging you against the mast. You're hauled into the air upside down by your feet. Cutter is being whipped around, hitting, bang, blah, blah, blah. And he just continues to be hit and hit against the spar. And he's, again, and let's roll for damage. So you take 1d6 points of damage from that first hit right there. So I'm going to roll a d6 for you. Not a lot. You only take 2 points of damage from that. And okay. All right. So, and then after that, the character gets 2 strength.
Which was it?
2 points.
Points, you said?
All right, hold on.
2?
You get, but I'm check. I just have to make sure that I'm reading this right. This is a rough one. I want to make sure I don't kill you if I don't have to. Be fair. Tap feel the snare's feet. The rope recoils itself and waits for another. Oh, okay. All right. So the character is hauled in the air upside down, banged once against the mast, 1d6 points of damage, and then you're tossed overboard. If you succeed, but you get another one. First strength check, the first initial attack failed. Fails the first check, but sees in the second. Okay, so give me another strength check as you're fighting with this rope cutter, as it's hauling you, it's getting you closer and closer towards the edge of the boat. So go ahead and roll me another strength check, DC 13, same thing. See
right. So as I mean, banged up against the mast, yelling angrily. 24.
Oh, all right. So go ahead and describe how you break free as it's banging you against the mast.
It slams me. It hauls back one more time, and as it's pulling, I grab onto the side of the mast, pull myself away from the rope as it's trying to pull me towards the water, and it just cannot hold on to me anymore. Kind of slips out, and I drop to the mast, drop to the deck, and I go. Ah!
All right. All right. So that is you, Cutter. You're prone right now, laying on the deck after you've fallen, and the rope has recoiled itself up. But you're far away. You're now dropped. You were dropped more than 10 feet away from the rope. So you're like, well, at least more than 5 feet. So you're about right here now. It's dropped you back over there. And you're prone. Let me lay you down. Oh. So, Cutter, you just basically took 2 points of damage. You did not get thrown overboard, and it was beating you down, but you're okay. Who wants to go next?
That was very interesting, says Lucius. I did an Arcana check for 16 to see if I could glean anything from what I observed.
Let me see here. Hold on. Let me check something. You can tell that the rope is... We want to know if the rope itself is magical?
Well, in my mind, what I'm thinking now is either the ship itself is enchanted, or perhaps the ship itself is haunted. Because I hadn't seen anything up here, but it seems that at least that rope is enchanted. But I don't know. It depends on what the DM says. That's my own thought.
If you want to do an Arcana check, you're obviously going to have to get close to inspect it. I could say you could look, maybe if you want to cast Detect Magic or something, you can maybe see if it emits a magical aura. That might, because you'd be within enough feet that you could try to do that.
Seen or heard of anything arcanically that of a ship having a mind of its own, or of a rope like?
What did you roll for Arcana? Let's see. What did you roll?
16.
Well, you've heard you have heard of times where ships themselves have, had spells cast on them, but then there's been times where they've been possessed. There's many incidences where, ships can be controlled. You do find it interesting, though. One thing you do find interesting is that you notice many of the things that seem to be affected, on this ship are all natural. Sails, masts, rope, they all seem to share one common thing that you find interesting with that you gleam, and that they all seem to be wood or some form of plant or wood that's all being moved or controlled originally.
Okay. I don't say anything.
You don't tell anybody. All right. So nobody knows.
I want to see what else happens, but I have are there any wood around me?
What did you say? Is there any wood around you?
Like wood, like a wood plank or anything that I could just toss on the board?
Well, do you have the dock itself? You're standing on a wooden dock.
Well, I can't tear that apart. I mean, I'm thinking like something that's lighter weight, because I'm a weakling.
Well, I'll let you throw. I mean, if you want to throw like a stone or a twig or something on the boat, you can. I'm not going to say there's no twigs around or something. Yeah, I mean, what, do you want to throw a twig or something up there?
I want to break a piece of the flooring or dock boardies or whatever and say, 1 second, let me test something here. And then I'm going to toss it towards the center, not towards Cutter, away from Cutter.
All right, so you toss like a piece of wood on the ship?
Yes, right. Yep. And I say, so far, I've only when Fiverr was there, the sounds seemed to be coming from the ship, from the boards, and the rope just attacked him. It seems to be, so far, I see. I'm wondering if it's something to do with the materials, and let's test this theory.
All right, so you're throwing a piece of wood from the dock.
That's right.
All right. As you throw the piece of wood on the dock, it just kind of hits the actual top deck of the ship. Just kind of bounces and skitters along. Nothing really happens, but you still do hear the same moans, and you hear in the Elven, anybody can speak Elven again, you hear the cursed hobgoblins, and vengeance. Hobgoblins. Vengeance will be mine. And the moans and the shrieks.
I shout out weirdly in Elvish, "We're here to kill the hobgoblins." And then kind of shrug, I don't know, maybe it'll work. He doesn't like hobgoblins.
Hobgoblins, vengeance! Hobgoblins, my home!
I'm getting a theory in my mind that perhaps this ship came from somewhere that was attacked by hobgoblins, or whoever was on this ship was attacked by hobgoblins and took refuge on this ship, and now they just want to be left alone. That's my theory. Take it or leave it.
You seem to be muted again.
I'm muted?
I hear him.
Yuri.
Oh.
Sorry.
Look,
I was
yeah.
going to say what exactly are they saying? Because I don't understand Elvish.
It's shouting out it wants vengeance, and the hobgoblins have destroyed his home. And over, it keeps repeating the same phrase: hobgoblins, wicked hobgoblins, vengeance. So it's against anything, and I would definitely not want to wear armor since hobgoblins are known to wear armor. Perhaps I know we'll probably upset this thing if we attack any of its materials, but perhaps that could be a way to either upset it or weaken it by attacking the mass, perhaps.
I think it's already upset. If you haven't noticed, Lucius.
It's already attacked us.
I think it just doesn't want anything to be on the boat.
I'm pretty sure it just has something against hobgoblins, which we are not hobgoblins. However, I think we just have to be careful.
If there's any people of action on our team, I would appreciate a little bit of help.
Yeah, I will go up behind Cutter and I will help him up. And I'm going to do the gust action on the rope and try to knock it overboard.
Wait a minute. Where are you exactly going?
I was behind Gick. So I'll be...
Basically walking my path, right?
Because Gick said he was following you onto the ship, so I would have followed you guys.
All right, so I have to know. Okay, so let's go ahead and go down the list. Let's start with Gick. Gick, where do you want to go? Where do you want to stand? Give me a square here.
Gick is going to
follow.
Yeah, new follow.
Oh, thank you. I don't see it because I'm not always looking at that. I'm DMing, so thank you for all the follows. Appreciate it.
Yeah. So as soon as Tempest passes Gick to help Cutter, Gick is going to follow suit. But just as he is passing, as Tempest is passing, Gick's going to put a hand on Tempest's shoulder and say, let's work as a team and deal with this haunting. As he's going to cast Aid on Tempest, Cutter, and Lucius.
What does Aid do?
Your current hit points and max hit points increase by 5.
Okay.
All right, Lucius is still off the ship. He's down there with Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
It's a range of 30 feet.
Okay, awesome. All right, cool.
Oh, okay. I will help Cutter up, and then I will do the gust cantrip to try to get the rope overboard.
Okay, so you're standing where you are, and you're gonna do the what cantrip? I'm sorry, Space.
Gust.
Okay, so you're gonna try. Go ahead and put that in the chat for me. There you go. It's gonna create one of the following events. Well, the object weighs more than 5 pounds, though. That's the thing. This is a heavy. I mean, you're talking about a wick sailing rope. I mean, a hemp sailing rope, which those things are heavy. Those things are heavy as shit.
I have then I'll do gust the wind on it.
All right. As long as it can handle more than 5 pounds. Okay. All right. So where are you going to? You want to move around, and where do you want to cast it? Because Cutter, let's help Cutter up and get him right out of the way. So you're going to cast Gust of Wind after Cutter stands up. It's fine. So that will put you catty corner into there. And that will push the off. What does it do? The Gust of Spears gas. I think you're must be. All right. I'll say as you do that, okay. I'm not going to even like say you need to do anything. You cast the gust of wind, the gust of wind, and the rope goes, off the boat. But as you do that, you hear from below decks, you hear anger. Ah, you betrayers! It hurts my home, everything, my home. Vengeance, vengeance.
Brace yourselves.
As the rope goes overboard, but that's all you hear is the rope. That's it, and then the rope just it goes over into the ocean, or into the sea or river, I should say.
As that happens, Yuri's going to follow onto the ship.
Okay, where are you going on the ship?
I was going to go behind Tempest.
Behind Tempest?
Behind Tempest, somewhere near everyone, just not in front of anyone.
Okay, so you
And
want
everybody took off their armor, right?
Everybody took
I
off.
certainly have, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to go basically right there.
I'm going to say against Gick having seen the rest of his team do it, he will remove his armor.
All right, so you take off your armor then. So nobody has their armor on. That's the main thing. All right.
That's right.
All right.
Also, I will end the spell after the rope went overboard.
There's 2 ropes.
How many people are on board right now? All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, you've been on board for about, I'd say, a round now, a few rounds or a few minutes. So we got to roll this. All right, each one of you, this is roll A, B, C, D. Cutter's A, space is B, C is Gick, and D is, it's Yuri. Okay, so here we go. Hold on one second. I'll tell you what this means. A, this is roll A. This is roll B. Roll C. Roll D. Okay, keep going.
I don't like those numbers. I don't like those numbers.
Keep going, guys. It's all good.
Cutter, are you okay? We saw you get flung in the air and it didn't look pretty. It was funny. Oh, I must admit, but are you okay?
Okay, but I'd be more than happy to bash this boat to bits if it tries it again. And I'm going to make my way towards that, towards the stairs.
I'm going to get on the boat first, though.
Let's go down
all the way down the list.
Yeah. I was about to say, let me go. I was going to do that. Raven, you're going to get on the boat as well.
Yeah, I'm going to get on the boat. I'm going to have my short bow drawn. I'm not totally sure if I saw what happened because it's a little bit high up, and I'm kind of a short guy.
We did see the rope.
But I heard some commotion for sure. So I'm gonna have my my short bow out and drawn, and if I'm holding an action, so if anything attacks us from this point on, there will be an arrow in it.
Where do you want to stand on the deck?
I'm just gonna be behind this. Who is that? That wizardy guy? Is that Lucius?
That's Gick right here.
Gick?
Yeah.
All right,
He's
I'll be behind that. Yeah, right there.
All right, so you stand
like behind him, though.
Okay. Hatchet, what do you want to do?
I'll be behind the group as well, as close to the dock as I can be.
So you kind of just want to, do you want to be right next to Jimmy, or do you still want to be on the flanking going up on? Okay, so
Works to be right next to Jimmy.
Okay, so Hatches. right next to Jimmy. Okay.
I'm going to be behind Hatchet, and I'm going to ask Hatchet. I'll be like, I'll say, Hatchet, come with me. Let's get this feather creature. I think there could be some unique ingredients inside of it that I could harvest.
So you're moving right there, or are you moving right there? Like, are you moving?
I'll be right behind her. I'll be like right next to Hatchet, asking her to come with me to get this feather creature.
Okay.
So we can harvest it for body parts.
So you're right there, walking underneath the mast towards the stairs. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and get everything done. Lucius, as you walk underneath that mast.
Fuck.
All right. You hear like a loud kind of moan and a shriek, and as that happens,
casting shield.
Oh, I don't think you would know, but let's say anyway. All right, Spar. Let's see. Give me an acrobatics check of. Just give me acrobatics, please, and then we'll go ahead and see how this works out for you.
Okay. I guess so. Core acrobatics. Yeah, casting shield.
All right. As you are walking right underneath that mast, because you didn't actually go to the, you went around the other way not the other way towards to go to the stairs. As you walk underneath it, a spar comes falling down from the mast itself. And what a spar is like the metal piece that actually kind of, it's like the round metal clip that kind of holds part of the sails to the mast itself. And this thing comes flying down. You see it kind of like the mast itself almost seems to come alive and shake for a second, the wood, and shake off this one of the spars. And the spar comes falling down. And unfortunately, you are not able to get out of the way. And you take,
What does it need to hit? Because I have 21 AC.
No, it's just it's not an attack. It's not that. It's just something falling on you. You take, 3 dice 6 damage because you missed your acrobatics check to actually get out of the way. If you had said DC, if you had passed that, you would have taken half damage. So you actually take a full 3 dice 6 damage from the falling spar. Y'all are watching this thing as, he begins to talk to Hatchet. Hatchet's starting to have a conversation. Looks at him. All of a sudden, this thing comes, shoom, right down. And, onto your head. Hatchet tried to warn you, but you just weren't able to get out in time. So 3d6.
Oh, screw it.
That's not a lot. You only took 9 points of damage.
Okay. Yay.
Yep. All right, so the spar has now hit you, and you are still standing, but this thing has put a nasty kind of gash in your back, and you still hear the moaning and the creaking of the boat. Vengeance, my home, defilers. And it's still coming from below deck. You hear these moans and these screams. I'm sorry about that, Lucius, but y'all wanted this.
Comrades.
Yeah, he rolled a save and everything.
Comrades, I have an idea.
What's up?
Get me below deck.
Is there?
Is that the idea?
Yeah, no, that's the idea. Get me below deck.
So where's the door to get below deck?
Well, there's 2. You have one door there. You have stairs there that Lucius was heading for. And then you have stairs there and another cargo door opener right there. Cargo hold, door hold. Hatch, thank you.
There it is.
Thank you. Okay, hatch, yes.
Is there a way to open go to the door by the mast that Cutter was trying to go for?
Okay, so you want to try to go try to open the cargo hatch?
The cargo hatch, yeah.
Okay. All right, before I do that, I have to roll again real quick because it's been
Right.
Actually, no. Everybody hasn't gone yet, so let me wait. I'll wait till everybody goes. So first, let's do Yuri going over to this. All right, so Yuri, you walk over to the cargo hold door.
Yep.
And as you do that, let me explain that. Okay, as you open it, it seems to almost open of its own accord. It slams open, right? And you pitch forward, all right, falling into the hold itself, falling below deck. Go ahead and roll me an acrobatics check.
Sure. Fantastic.
Get more than an 11. Let's see, what did you get? Roll it on roll 20. We gotta have. Oh, unfortunately, okay. Yuri, you did not. This thing slams up as Yuri goes to open it. You hear the boat creaks and moans, and all of a sudden the hatch seems to come alive and quickly slams Yuri in the face, and she falls forward. And you see just she's holding her face, and blood begins to pour out of her nose. That she falls right into the below deck, actually right below her. And Yuri, you take. What is that? 3d6. Okay, another 3d6 points of damage. So let me roll that for you. Damn, you only took 5 damage. I rolled 2 1s. Jeez.
Wow.
What's an ass rolls I'm doing tonight?
That's okay.
Okay, so Yuri.
Tony.
Yes.
I
Yes.
said poor Tony.
Oh, okay. Now Yuri has now fallen below deck. Okay.
Yep.
So this means she is right here, laying down below deck. Okay. So there's Yuri. Yuri's been smacked in the face by the ghost ship, the living boat, the wooden hatch there that slapped her up. All right. So now, Jimmy's went, Lucius's went. Cutter, let's go down the list again. We'll just start. Raven, is there anything you're doing right now?
Right. Well, I've seen that. And what I'm going to do is, man, I'm going to be reckless here. I'm going to yelp, like an idiot, and make a beeline for the hatch, and sort of jump down it. Because I'm not super familiar with boats. I probably think it's like a 5-foot drop or something, and I'm going to jump down it.
Okay. You're going, as you do that, you're going to take, well, the party's on the minute, because it actually has that. It is 20 feet down, so 3 points. Well, this is old school fall damage. 3d6 points of damage per the Dungeoneer's Survival Guide rules. That shows you how old this adventure is. So 20 feet, I think that's 1d10 per 10 feet. So 2d10, I think he would take right there, if I'm not mistaken. If somebody wants to correct me if I'm wrong, let me know, but I think it's 2d10.
It's mitigated if the fall is intentional.
What'd you say?
A certain number of feet is mitigated if the fall is intended by the person falling.
Okay, so we'll say...
And it's also a d6 every 10 feet.
Okay, I couldn't remember. I don't do fall damage a lot. That's what I was saying. Correct me if I'm wrong.
It used to be a d10. It is now a d6.
All right, so we'll say since you were, kind of trying to brace yourself, but you still didn't know the full amount of how far it was, we'll say you just take half damage. So I'll just do
So,
2d6.
2d6.
Yep, and then just do half of that. One
So
of my
4
highest
damage.
rolls of the night.
Yep.
Double 4s. Okay. All right, so you
I'll
take...
take that up.
Jimmy goes running, jumping into the hatch because it had slammed open on Yuri, and he jumps down and lands in a plop on Yuri, just like boom, laying all on Yuri. So Jimmy's kind of prone at this moment because he braced himself, but he still
For sure.
took
And that's
a
probably my
nasty
whole
fall.
action. Like, I guess I'm prone. I could probably do like a bonus action or something, but we're not necessarily in combat either.
No, you're just right now. You're good to go, but you're no longer. Your
Cool.
bow is no longer ready because you busted your ass. So
Yeah.
all right, so now it is Cutter's turn.
You hear a very visible ow. Just ow on top of Yuri.
So,
Yeah.
I want to be clear, Tony. Are there stairs down? Like,
Be a ladder, I believe.
Yes, there are stairs. You can
Ladder.
go. There are stairs. Yes. Here, let me point them out.
So the stairs
I'll
are
put the stairs are right here,
on the other side of the ladder, right?
and
Okay.
they're also right here. But these stairs right here, this hatch has already been open, and these stairs, you've already cleared the rope right there. Those stairs are right there.
I'm going to. Okay, yeah. Can I basically pick up Gick with either a bonus or a free action?
You roll me. You're picking up Gick. How tall is Gick?
Oh,
Gig is not tall, and he does not have his plate armor on, so he is also not heavy.
Okay, so but he's basically a humanoid race. We'll say at least above 5 feet. All right, so give me a roll of so we'll say Gick weighs 180 pounds or 160 pounds. You roll me a 16 strength check, and you can carry Gick. But what are you trying to do? Hold on. Are you carrying or are you jumping with him?
I'm gonna I'm gonna carry him and run down the stairs.
Okay, you're just gonna carry him. Okay, you're gonna run down the stairs. Okay, go ahead and roll that for me. 16.
I'm gonna rage.
Rage
So,
it up. Okay.
And I grab him and I say, "I'll get you down."
Grr.
And I'm running.
Roll that
Like a
16,
roll
baby.
type advantage. Aha!
All right,
there we go.
So you're able to get it. Okay. So you are running down, and you have now made it to the deck below with Gick in tow. Which means you guys show up right about there.
Oh my God, the world's shaking. It's coming alive.
It's
Yeah.
an earthquake.
Camera shaking. Sorry, guys.
Tsunami.
This is a cowboy operation that we run here. All right. So next is a Hatchet. What would you like to do?
Oh, we didn't get to fix that. We gotta donate some chairs. See for who, but
This is gonna sound really dumb. Is there a crow's nest on the boat?
Yes, there is.
I kind of want to use my feline agility to go up it.
Okay, so you're going to try to climb up the mast?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. As you go to climb up the mast, hold on a second.
Hooray for Tabaxi climb speeds.
I gotta appreciate, Mace, how you're staying with in character as Hatchet, but like the look on your face is the player being like, this is a terrible idea. This is going to get Hatchet killed. What am I doing?
Lucius is obviously not pleased.
Oh,
Lucius is really, really annoyed.
Our peer, where your player sensibilities and your character's knowledge do not align.
Lucius is very annoyed right now.
You see this as you begin to crawl up here, the mast begins to shake. You almost feel like it's coming alive, the wood within the mast, and another spar comes falling down, trying to hit you. Go ahead and roll me a acrobatics check. There.
Okay.
Nice.
What did you get? Oh, well then you okay. So it still hits you. So you're just going to take half damage from this, but the spar, this metal, the mast shakes it loose, and it's the last one that was actually on this one. So there's 2 spars on that mast. It shakes it loose, and that one hits you, and you take half damage, which is only a 3d6. So half of whatever this 3d6 is. What the F? Oh, 5.
Boom.
That would have been a good roll, though, if you didn't take half damage.
My God.
So you only take 5 damage from this spar clinking you right between, not even on your head. Like your neck reaches your back, that spot, that hard bony spot. It hits you right there. So like you instantly kind of shirk up your shoulders like that because you were able to kind of get out the way. So it kind of like deflected off that spot on your neck and then fell. But it still was a nasty hit, and you took 5 points of damage from the falling spar. But you were able to hold on with your tough tabaxi claws, and I'm going to put you in the crow's nest, because that's where you want to be. Here you go. I don't know if the camera can see that, but you are there. You're actually in the crow's nest on the ship. All right.
Huzzah. Now I'm going to try to start a fire.
You're gonna what? You're gonna
Start a fire. I have a tinderbox.
Yes.
Boy. Okay, this is gonna get interesting. You're gonna try to start a fire? All right.
Yep.
Try to start a fire.
I'm wondering how this would. I want to do a roll for it because it'll only be fair. So I wonder if there's a roll for Tinderbox. I guess I will roll. Give me a survival roll, and
Well, isn't a tinderbox a skill in itself?
I would
Not
think
here.
so. I would have thought so.
No,
But if
like
it's not,
rolls,
if
where
it's
you just use it normally.
Like a match.
okay, if it's
Yeah.
not, since this is like a wet boat, but I'm still going to give a fair chance. Give me a survival. Give me a roll of like 10 or above. You roll survival of 10 or above. We'll have some interesting things happen. All right. So you go to spark your fire, and the ship like shakes, and for a moment you see a sparkle in front of you, and there's this anger, like, and you hear, "How dare you! Mine! That's mine! You would burn my home!" And for just a moment, in front of, I'm gonna put you on the deck so we can have this.
Is this
image.
an Elven?
Yeah, an Elven
Okay.
screaming, but she right in front of the backseat. You see that real quick, and then she's gone. It seems like a bright light, and then fades down into the wood of the ship. And I'll put you back up here.
Wait, she's gone? Hatch is gone?
Not Hatchet, but the thing that appeared before Hatchet was screaming, was saying, "How dare you! My ship! Or no, my home! My home! You to burn my home! All that was left, all that was mine!" And then she just appeared in front of Hatchet. That right there, that's what you saw. And then it disappeared in a light, and just you kind of see the light just sink back into the ship and dissipate into the ship itself. You saw. Hatchet, do you want to do anything after seeing that? Is Hatchet muted?
Oh, I said no.
Okay. All right. So that's
Out
all.
in the crow's nest still.
So Hatchet saw that, but she's just going to leave it be. You want to inform any? Who's still on the deck here? We have. So Space.
Not me.
Space saw that, and Lucius saw that because they're still on the deck of the ship. They saw that creature appear on the.
What did it look like if we saw it?
Yep, I put it right in the camera. Do you want me to put it up there? I'll tell you what. I'll just leave it there. She's not there, but this is what they saw. You know,
Like a visualization.
yeah, but she's not there. But this is what you saw.
Just put it to the camera. That's perfect.
Put it to the, here, yeah, line say put it to the camera. Real quick, there we go.
Put your hands up.
And then I'll put it right down here on the deck itself. Okay. So that is what they saw for just a moment, but then it disappeared right back into, like, it seemed to just dissipate into the wood of the ship itself, the planks of the wood. And at that moment, let me roll for, let me
Is
see.
that like a bug?
Yeah, it just looks like a green blob to me.
You
Well-
showed it really fast because the camera's reaction is kind of slow when it captures.
I left it
It's
on
like
the
a
deck.
dryad.
Yeah, even still, it just kind of looks like a swirly green blob.
Oh, swirly green blob.
It's
Maybe
like
we
a
need.
dryad.
I mean, it doesn't matter to me. I'm like prone underneath the.
Yeah, you didn't
like,
even see that.
on a second deck down there.
Only the people on the
Yeah.
first deck saw that.
I just want to see how I'm gonna die.
All right, so Lucius, what do you want to do?
I'm going to like whisper shout to Hatchet. I was like, Hatchet, what are you doing? I need somebody to help carry the body. Follow me! And then I'm gonna go below deck to the cage.
I think Hatchet's muted again.
Oh, I haven't said anything.
Oh, okay. I didn't
I'm
know.
thinking.
She just ignored me like a cat.
Ah, swishing the tail. Right, so you're heading below deck there?
I'm going towards the cage with the thing and pulling out my knife.
Right, which...
I'll yell to him. I'm like, "Are you trying to Scooby-Doo everybody up?"
There's a cage over here. What happened to it?
It's a horrible idea. But I'll follow him anyway.
Alright, so you're going down there with her, Hatchet?
Yeah, I'll follow him.
Right, so you get down off the mast, there's no problems climbing down because there's no more spars. You go down below. And now, Space, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna use my tempestuous magic, and I'm gonna float down to the bottom of the deck.
You're gonna float down? How do you float down though? Oh, just down through the open hatch?
Yes.
Okay, so you're kind of floating above for a second, and we'll say you just kind of float over in front of Jimmy and Ollie because they're right there.
And do I see Jimmy on the ground? Is he still on the ground?
I'm on the ground, yeah.
Oh, I'm just gonna look at Jimmy. Does that hurt?
I'm like gripping my back and like just kind of groaning as I lay prone on the ground.
Yuri's just laying on the ground, but she took 5 damage. So
Yeah,
she's
you're
okay.
you're underneath me.
Yeah,
Alright.
get off me!
Oh, that's a bad view. We got to change that view.
That's why I wasn't saying that. I'm saying lift,
Hold
Hold on, guys.
lift it up, put it over there.
I see a little black piece of electronics there. There we go.
All right, can you
Ooh,
see
yeah.
inside the cage?
Yeah.
Okay. So that you are now down there and you still hear the what do y'all want to do? Let's go. Oh, hold on. Let me go back down the list. We got Gick, what do you want to do? Yeah, I was just about to say, Gick, what do you want to do, buddy?
So, still in Cutter's grip, without moving, looks up at Cutter. Put me down and we never speak of this again.
Don't tell the elf. Don't tell the.
Cutter, you're muted.
Don't tell the elf
That's
that you threw the dwarf.
Since my rage will most likely be ending since I didn't attack or take damage, and I set you down, and my eyes kind of back to normal.
All right. So
And then Gick is going to look around. He sees the cage. And do we still hear the voices?
well, let me describe what you see now. I'll describe it again because we did. The cargo hold is filled from where you are right now. You see 2 piles of crates, barrels for foodstuffs, and water and supplies of pitch, hemp, cloth, and planking for ship repairs. And then, of course, you see that cage over there. The cage is actually against another wall, but obviously I didn't have the space. We have to pretend. So, but yeah, you see the cage over there against the wall. It's past the 2 because the barrels and the things are on both sides. What do you all want to do? You have you're approaching the cave or the cage, Gick?
Yeah.
Okay. So you
Didn't-
approach.
Didn't they go down the other side towards the crew cabins?
Well, Gick fell right. They jumped down there, the open hatch, because Cutter just
Okay.
jumped. So they're right
Yeah.
about there. So Gick, because they walked down the stairs. So they appeared right there. So they'd have to walk over here, and then Gick is now over here, in front of there. Cutter's still over there. All right. Is there anybody? I think I went down the list and got everybody. So we'll just go ahead and start with Gick here because he's at the cage. And is there anything you want to do? You see inside the cage, you see this feathered creature that, of course, is unconscious a little at this point. It seems malnourished. Is there anything you want to do?
Oh, it's a fucking kanku. I don't know where that accent just came from. I accidentally.
It sounded like more Scottish than anything else.
The fucking kanku.
It's funny because I can't do a Scottish accent intentionally. I can't. There's
He's been possessed. Kill him.
kanku. I can't say kanku in Russian. What the fuck? Anyways, he says to the party, it's just a fucking kanku.
What's wrong
And
with
then
the
you see the eyes light up of oh my god, I forgot my name, Lucius, and he goes, but I'm sure it has some great ingredients, something worth selling.
Oh my god.
Maybe it's tasty. And I stand up.
Definitely not. Believe me, my company tried.
Yuri's going to stand up after hearing, as she's hearing the conversation, and she's going to like, Lucius, you do know what a kenku is, right? None of us have to explain that.
I'll be right back, guys.
It looks like it's got nice meaty chicken legs.
And it has a voice box that can mimic. Perhaps it has a powerful reason it can mimic. If I take out its voice box, then I can find the secret to this.
Okay, we are not dissecting the kenku.
All right, as y'all are talking,
For all this?
as y'all are
you
talking,
unconscious?
as y'all are talking about like all these things, the kenku begins to stir and come to a little bit.
Oh,
I
quick!
shut everyone
quick!
up.
Slash
Shut everyone up. I shut everyone up as I'm like waiting for this kenku to respond. Because I really just want to talk to this thing.
All right. So,
You're
Kenku is,
only going to make us suffer more.
Kenku is now becoming conscious, listening to y'all describe its torture.
We didn't come here for this. Are we gonna open the cage and let it out, or what?
Yes, the pressure's on the other side. On the other side. Let me take care
Exile,
of it.
you're muted. I think Exile's trying to talk, but she's muted.
No,
Oh,
No,
I'm
it's the
sorry.
voice box.
Nope.
I'm just letting them talk.
Oh, okay, my bad.
I suggest maybe this kenku is powerful enough to be useful to us.
Then get it out the cage so we can go.
Get
Where's
open
the
the cage.
Yeah. Well, I can open the cage.
So
I'm
can
looking
I.
at it to see if there's any locks or anything.
Just open the door.
No, it is. Go ahead and you can tell that there is a lock on the door, but it seems, pretty much kind of damaged. Maybe just hitting it or something might give way and possibly open the cage.
Right. So I just hit it with the butt of my dagger,
Right.
and see if that breaks it.
All right. It looks like. Go ahead and give me a strength check on that. Roll
Just
above an
straight
8.
strength.
Yeah, roll above an 8. An attack here. Strength.
21.
All right, so you definitely this cage you can tell is obviously well. The rest of the ship is all brand new wood and everything. The cage itself seems to have seen better days. Obviously, the salt water and normal just being in a condition of moisture has taken its toll. And as you use your butt of your dagger, it just kind of clips and opens, and the cage itself comes open. And before you is now standing this kenku.
And then I draw my short bow and train an arrow on it, and kind of back up away from the opening.
And Lucius says, "Be calm. We come as friends."
You are
Why?
so full of shit, Lucian.
Why are you lying to this thing?
For the follow, the simple DM.
What exactly is your name?
The Genku just opens its mouth and you hear. I came across on the mic, yeah.
Yep. Say it again.
Sorry, what does the kenku say?
Yeah, sorry, that was hard to hear.
Can you hear us right now?
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. What do you want to say to us?
Basically, just the sound of writing in a book is what comes out of the Kenku's mouth.
Oh, like scribbling.
Yeah. I tried to hold my notebook up to the microphone and do that, but apparently...
Oh right, yeah, no, that's Discord might even like filter that stuff out because it's not
No,
human
no,
voice.
no. That's really cool though, because my one DM who had 3 Kenku NPCs, their names were the noises Snap, Crackle, and Pop.
That's awesome, man. I'm gonna steal that. I'm stealing that.
The noise and
Knowing as a player, I know what this is and I know what they can do, but Yuri, the paladin, do you not speak? Do you need help? Do I need to write something down in a book to talk to you?
no, Yuri, that's the Kenku's name.
Oh.
They repeat back what they hear, so sometimes the words their names are actually just a sound.
Oh.
So
I look back and forth between you two, and I say, so its name is.
No, I think we should just summarize it to scribble. Does that work for you, friend? Question mark.
Looks like a nod.
Fair enough.
So scribble, you trying to get out of here? Then let's deal with this threat and get this Kenku out of here.
Yes, let us continue on with what the original intent was to be here.
You still hear the moans and everything, and now, of course, they're coming from the crew quarters. You know, hobgoblins, vengeance, my home. The boat's creaking and everything. You know, shaking. Hobgoblins.
Did you say the crew quarters?
Yeah,
That's
because
what
that.
I tried to tell you. Yes, the treasure chest and the noises come from the crew quarters.
Because the player thought that it was coming from below deck.
It is. That is below deck.
We are below deck.
Yes, you are below
On the
deck.
opposite side of the cage. So there's a cage on the other end of the ship is where the crew quarters is.
The cage is just where I put it there because the cage doesn't represent exactly where it's at. The cage is just there because I didn't have space to put the cage anywhere else. So yeah, I mean, you're near the crew quarters if you wanted to go near the crew quarters.
Okay.
And now the moaning is of course loud and everything, and you're hearing my vengeance and crying and weeping.
All right, I need to shut that little bitch up. So
Oh my god.
There were 4 treasure chests in the room.
I take this time to tell the group about what we saw on the top deck.
Tell me exactly what it looked like.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
I need a detailed description of all of their features.
It looked like a bug, but I'm not very sure.
Oh my god.
It was like in
some
an instant.
Like some kind of swirly green.
It looked like its own.
Will serve me in the future, is what you're saying.
Basically, yes.
Scribble? I'm guessing you've seen this thing? Question? That's a no. Okay, that's what I thought to ask. That's why you've been on this ship. That's why I thought to ask.
I go over to I think it was Gick that said it was going to be useful. That perhaps it could be useful. I said, I thought you said this thing could be useful.
Yeah, as a meat shield, duh.
Duh.
Oh, God.
Meat shield.
But in all seriousness, wherever that whining bitching is coming from, can you guys take me over there?
It's coming from the crew quarters. There's 4 treasure chests in there.
Then let's go to the crew quarters, shut up the voices, and then take the treasure.
Yes. Tempest is. I'm already on my way to the crew quarters.
Let's do it. And I say in Goblin, the hobgoblins are here. We're gonna kill you.
Oh my god!
Brad, dick move.
All right. So y'all are moving towards the crew quarters.
Yes.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right. So as you get closer to the crew quarters, now it's very loud in the crew quarters. The ship, my homes, defilers. They destroyed my tree, my everything. Destroyed it, transformed it. And the ship is shaking. You know, the wood all on the ship begins to shake. The barrels begin to like fall down that you know behind that you saw. And they're falling in the back. The ship itself is shaking. And before you...
Can I stop everybody, Tony?
Yeah. Oh, yes. Go ahead.
Yeah, so when I hear that, I stop and I say, was Tempest able to see this creature before she went down?
Lucius too.
Yep. Lucius,
Yes.
Tempest,
Well,
and Hatchet, because Hatchet was basically the one that had
Like right up next
almost
to it.
started the fire.
He trusts Tempest the most, and he says, "Creature up top, describe it to me. Is it female?"
What? I'm not really sure. So out of character, I don't know if I could go with that.
Tony, can you
She
bring that
describes it in
miniature
perfect
towards the
detail.
camera?
Yes. Whatever.
Tony, can you bring that mini towards the camera, or just describe it?
Oh, here, I'll bring the mini towards the camera.
It'll give me a second to see it because I have a bit of a lag on seeing this. so-
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we have a few seconds of lag. Just
As
so
you're
you know.
doing that, I'll just he will muse out loud. He'll say, "Dryads not far from my people's home."
Are you holding it in front of the
Yes,
camera?
yes.
Because we cannot see it.
I did hold it in front of the camera. You didn't see it?
It might have been
Wrong
the wrong
camera.
camera.
Wrong camera.
Camera, yeah.
Okay, we're on the
I
battle
feel
cam.
like he doesn't want us to see it, whatever it is.
Oh!
Put your hand in front of it because of the light, Tony. Block out the light.
His pants, though.
Okay, it's a dryad. Yeah, it's a beautiful little.
Oh,
Oh, it's a fairy.
like a fairy kind of creature. Okay.
So this.
So he says, go ahead, Tempest, please.
I was just gonna say. So this woman was from your clan.
No, there's these creatures, alluring types called dryads. I wonder if this was not a boat before, but transformed, which is why it's alive, why everything is good and attacking us, and there's something there. Not that I care, I want to kill whatever it is at the end of this, but maybe the nature of this boat. It may not be a boat at all.
Do you think it a tree then?
Or something. Something not a boat. Do I sound Canadian?
Yeah, almost a boots.
The Kenku will mimic the voice in Elvish going, "My home."
Oh, not you too. Man, everyone wants to be a crybaby today.
So we have not entered the crew quarters yet, right?
It's you, yeah, you're hearing it coming from the crew quarters itself. The crying and all that from the crew quarters.
All right. I want to
So-
know if there's a lock on the door. No, I guess the rat got in there.
Yeah, there is no lock on the crew quarter door.
Okay, no problem. So I'm not
Yeah,
needed
but-
right at the front, so I'm gonna hang back.
You can sit me next to put me next to Cutter.
Okay. Put
Gik
you next.
will be following behind Tempest and Cutter.
Okay.
And Yuri will follow behind after Gig.
Gik will be following behind Tempest and Cutter. So Cutter's over here. He's at the crew quarters.
And I've got my short bow drawn in case anything comes out and attacks. It will then have
Where's
an arrow.
Hatchet? Where's good old Hatchet?
I'll be in the back.
In the back. All right. Hatchet's back here, hanging with the Kenku Ripples.
Could I actually be a little bit closer towards the front of the group?
Okay, you got it. Up here then. All right. Everybody's standing up because obviously up. All right. So you're approaching the crew quarters, and we'll say now, for sake of arguments, actually put you in the crew quarters
Cool.
that I designed here, so you can see all the stuff.
Nice. I'm gonna drop the socials links as well as an invite to the Discord in the chat.
Right.
Follow them all.
And as a reminder, this Sunday, Jimmy Hetrix is running his Pandemonium game that I'm playing in, and I think Tempest as well. Tempest, you join us?
I have not created my character yet,
I've
but
not created the character, but you are welcome to join. I mean,
but I will join. I can make a character tomorrow. I have a lot of free time.
Yeah, and I feel like you know your way around the system. You can make a character probably pretty quickly, right?
Yes, I'm thinking a
Cool.
bard. I'm thinking a
Right.
bard.
Cool. We don't have a bard.
Let me go down. Let me just go down the list here. Hold on, there's 7 people there, so.
Exile, what were you mimicking?
What you said to them. Everybody wants to be a crybaby.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love it when people play Kenku. It's just a great time.
All right, you hear the crying. My home, and at that second, Cutter, I need you to roll me a acrobatics check. The wood begins to warp up around Cutter's feet, cutting into his feet, literally like splintering into his feet with his armor off and pushing into him. But to avoid it, let's see if you can avoid that though, because as you see it coming towards your legs, this wood itself is beginning to be warped as the crying intensifies. My home, my tree, everything destroyed by the town, taken. Hobgoblins.
So I have danger sense, so I roll twice for my deck saves.
Awesome. Just get me a 12 or above. Oh, well,
20.
not a
20
problem.
on the second.
All right, so as the wood begins to warp up, it's just able to, the nails and everything just begin to scratch around. And this is the wood from, the furniture in the room itself is beginning to warp towards Cutter as he's coming in, and it's beginning to scratch and everything else. You're going to take just half of the 4d6. Can't believe you all
Shit.
survived. Yeah. Dude, this macho, dude, I can't believe.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all are lucky you didn't make a lot of other choices. I cannot believe that y'all did not do certain things because I hate y'all sometimes. I really do.
You just intuit where your traps are gonna be.
Yeah, y'all seem to intuitively know. Like, don't look at that. Don't do that. Don't go over there. All right, so you take half of that since you're able to get it, so you only take like 4 points of damage, or 4 or 5 points damage, as this thing scrapes into your feet with the nails and everything, getting Cutter. But inside the room, as you still see it as you had walked in there. You do see, as the rat had saw before. You see, I will describe it to you again.
Mounds and mounds of treasure.
The cargo, I'm sorry. The crew's quarters are in a large room under the foredeck. The crew's sleeping hammocks are stretched between 2 poles that are set in the floor and ceiling at regular intervals. The hammocks are stacked 2 high, one at 2 feet off the floor, the other at 3 feet above it, between each set of poles. 2 sea chests lie under each set of hammocks. The moaning sound is louder now and seems to come from the foremost part of the room.
Let's grab the treasure and get out of here.
Quick question, Tony. Real quick. How high is the ceiling? Because I know I'm still floating in the air, so I want to know if I'm actually like hitting the ceiling.
We'll say it's about an 8-foot ceiling. Not crazy high, but it's not.
Okay.
You're kind of just hovering above the ground at this point. All right, and there's actually 4 hammocks in there, but I didn't have 4 hammocks, but there's actually 4. And I didn't say treasure chest, I said sea chest, just to be sure.
It's all the same.
So what do y'all want to do at this point? You see the sea chest, so you hear the moans coming from the foremost part of the room.
I'm going to detect good and evil, so I can use it for free.
Okay. So you detect good and evil. You do not detect evil, but you actually do detect good.
I don't think that's what that spell does.
It is not in 5th edition. It lets you detect certain creature types, not alignment.
Like undead, celestial.
Oh, well then you got me. The DM got broken for a second, so there you
Also,
go.
Party, I think she detects a lot of evil.
I do, actually. But that.
Oh yeah, that's true. You would detect a lot of evil. But yeah,
I
you
do. What that's for.
Yeah, Yuri, can you link detect good and evil in the roll 20?
In your spell list, it would be like the little speech bubble beside it.
Yeah, just click on it.
Aberration, celestial.
Sorry,
I meant
I meant to say it was like divine sense. I apologize about that.
Oh,
It is one
divine
of my-
sense. That's different, yeah.
Yes, I apologize. It is my divine sense. Kind of acts like good and evil, but not necessarily.
All right. Well,
I
you don't.
apologize.
You don't detect any evil. Reading by what this says, you don't. There's no powerful sense of evil. You just hear crying, and my home, my tree.
But does she sense a celestial fiend or undead?
You don't sense undead.
Let me know when I can do something.
Yeah, let me go ahead and go down the list. Let's start with Hatchet this time. Hatchet, what do you want to do?
Oh no. I'll get closer to the treasure. I'm pretty money hungry.
Okay. All right, so you're still hearing the crying, and as you begin to walk, it gets even louder. My home, my home. And the hammock comes out itself, the wooden rails of the hammock, to grab you. Let's see. What happens here? The moose has there. All right, make a strength check. And now the other 3 hammocks begin to also, like, kind of tip on their wooden things, moving towards the characters. There's 4 hammocks. Where the 4 people that are getting it that need to do a roll are, who's at the top? Gick, Tempest, Raven, and Cutter all need to do me strength checks.
I was like at the back.
And
Does
Hatchet.
that matter?
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me look in here and make it even better. Okay. Cutter, Hatchet, Lucis, and Gick. There you go. Cutter, Hatchet, Lucas, Yuri, and Gick right there. Those 4 people.
Is it a strength check or a strength save?
It is a strength check at DC 12. Or save, excuse me, do a strength save. Save.
Okay.
Save.
That's not fair.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to cast my shield again.
All right. So these.
Wait, are we all doing strength saves? I'm confused.
No,
just those 4. Yeah, just those 4
If
people.
I'm able to, I'd like to cast shield.
Okay.
So,
If that does anything.
well, I'll explain to you exactly what happens right now. The hammocks come from 3 rounds of the attachers must stray. Failure means the hammocks wrap around one end, each of the arms and legs, and hoist them into the air. They then whip you up and down against the ceiling and floor. 1d4 points of damage per round. A successful check or save means a character avoided the hammocks. All right, so right now you guys are in the air being flailed around by the hammocks. For everybody who failed that, who got less, so who failed? Let's see. Mace, Eldritch, and Winged. Yuri, I was wrong about you. You weren't in there. So you're fine. You're out. So it's actually Winged. So those 2 people or 3 people are now up in the air. Mace. So the hammocks are able to grab you, or you see the cloth, because the cloth is made out of him, just wrapping around their arms and their legs, mummifying them like that, and then whipping them up in the air and hitting them against the wall. You hear the crying. It's so loud and intense. My home, and the screams. And each of those people take 1d4 damage per round. So I'll roll it. And everybody that's up there takes 3 points of damage if you've been hoisted. So please, that as you're being beat beat around the boat by the sheets and everything of this hammock. And of course, you hear the screams and the crying about vengeance and their home. And we will go now. So those 3 people are up in the air. So who is not up in the air right now? Space, what do you want to do?
I want to look for this letter.
You want to look for what? The letter?
Yeah, the letter.
All right, this is the crew quarters, so you're going to let your party, they're getting whipped around, you're going to start looking around the room?
Yes.
Where do you want to look?
Yep.
Is that a bookshelf right there in the corner? Or desk? Is there, like...
No, basically just in this room was the hammocks. Yeah, the hammocks and the sea chest.
Okay, do I see, like, anything in the chest?
Well, it's a closed chest. It looks open on there, because, I mean, that's just the miniature, but the chests are actually closed.
Okay, so I'm going to look to Jimmy, and I'm going to ask him to open one, and I will open the other.
While your party is screaming.
Yeah.
I'm sure Yuri can handle it, so...
I had an action readied for if anything attacked my party. So if I'm gonna do something, if I'm gonna respond to Tempest, I'd like that to be resolved first.
Okay, hold on a second. So the people are in the air again. Eldritch, Mace, and Cutter in the air. So Eldritch, no. All right, Yuri, what did you want to do? Real quick.
Yuri is going to attempt to get everyone down.
All right, so you're gonna do that. All right, so you'll need an attack. What did you want to do, Raven? Because I'll come back to Yuri since I know what you want to do.
Right. So I had a short bow attack readied in case anything attacked my party. And so I don't know if there was an attack that missed, but I would probably aim for that hammock, the hammock that missed and is sort of floating free.
It's not exactly an attack. It was more just like, I guess you could say it was more like a trap. But tell you what, we'll say that if you're able to roll me a let's see, what would be a good one here. Roll me a straight attack with if you could roll attack with a 17, we'll say that you're able to have the arrow or something weaken.
Well, that's a 14.
Okay, so
that's no.
No. I was going to give advantage to people trying to get out later. All right, so they're being whipped around. Jimmy goes, he takes his arrow, as he sees the grab. Unfortunately, it just goes by the hammock. It does seem to hit one of the sheets that are wrapping around people, but it just rips off a piece of the cloth. It actually doesn't seem to stop what's going on.
So that was my readied action. And I am going to respond to Tempest. What were you saying to me before?
I was going to ask you if you would open one chest and I will get a different one.
Sure. So I walk past my struggling party.
As do I.
and just stand in front of one of the chests and try to kick it open in a smooth movement.
Okay. Let's see here. It is not locked. Inside that chest, you find. I can't believe y'all are doing this while the other people are being strangled to death. This is funny.
Well, you know,
And we're distracting. They're searching.
we probably
I-
don't have enough time to like count the coins and stuff. Though.
Right, so you're hearing, like I said, you're still hearing the moans and the scream. But as you open up, you're just seeing some clothing from basic sailor's clothing. It looks like a compass. You see a few coins in there, about 10 copper pieces, 2 gold pieces. You know, just the standard stuff for sailors. You also see a little bit of food stuff, some dried goods, some hardtack. So you could save that to eat at a later date. Hardtack is basically just very hard bread.
Yeah. It's just some crap. And then I turn around as if I'm about to help my party. And that's probably all I have time for on this turn.
All right, and Yuri, what do you want to do now? You said you wanted to help your friends out.
I'm going to look up at everyone first, and I'm going to cut down Gick first, because cut down the cleric first, in an
Right.
attempt to make sure that everyone, if anyone dies at any point.
All right, go ahead and give me a sleight of hand check at 8 to make sure you don't do any damage to anybody you're cutting out. If you roll
Yep.
8, then they're gonna take a little bit of damage, 8 or less than 8.
Damn
So,
it!
all right, so you're able to cut them. You're able to cut just fine. You rolled 17, so you're fine. So you're able to. Who were you cutting? You were cutting Gick out. So you're able to deftly use your blade as this thing is still trying to hold Gick, and you begin to cut Gick out. And cut open everything so he's able to breathe and not being beat around as you're holding him down and cutting him out. So Gick is now free this round. All right, and now it is, since Gick is free, Lucius, what did you want to do?
I'm just hanging around.
You're not going to help anybody? Okay, so...
I'm literally hanging around.
Yeah.
I mean, like...
Wasn't he one of the ones that was grabbed?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I rolled
okay.
I rolled a 1.
Oh, yeah.
I'm hanging
Okay.
around.
I forgot you were
Guys.
grabbed.
Just hanging about.
All right, Scribbles, I think
I'm
is...
probably squeaking about, whining a bit. Yeah.
Poor Scribbles is just watching all this right now. Scribbles, do you want to say or do anything?
Sure. I'll look at the source of the laughter, like towards the back of the room. I'll reach over to the wall with my talons and just sort of drag them down it.
You hear like a horrible screech. You damaged my home! Everything! Stop! So you scratched the wood and you heard a desperate stop. And in front of you comes, like, you see appear, just for a moment, that flash again. You see this again. To come out the wood, and then kind of like Lucius would recognize this as a spell he's seen before. It seems a dimension door back into the wood itself, like just gone. You hear screams, and still the crying is still loud.
Is there any opportunity to interact with it before it disappears again?
You could try. Go ahead and do you speak Elven?
I do.
Well, you could try.
How about your character?
Because now you're down in the part of the room where it's the loudest. So you still loud creaking from this room. So it seems like the source of whatever here is in this room now. You can interact.
I mean, like, I want to try to grab it, but sure, talking works too.
You want to try it? What do you want to say?
I'm gonna just mimic it. My home! Stop!
All right, so the crying then just continues. It seems to stop, abate for a moment, but then, because, you spoke Elven, but then it just seems to go back. Everything, they took it from me. Oh, God. What?
I want to say something before it disappears. Whenever my turn comes, but I do want to be able to say something before it fades back into the wood.
I think you're
I'd also
tied
like
up.
to react.
I think you're tied up, aren't you, Cutter?
I'm not.
Oh, you're not?
Yeah,
Well,
his
you
mouth
said-
isn't
you said-
tied up.
Okay, so you pass. Okay, okay.
I'm also not tied up.
Okay, so you're good. Okay. All right, Cutter, go ahead then. What do you want to say?
So he will rage, and he says, Dryad or fairy or phantom elf, whatever you are, unless you want this boat to be bashed, burnt, and smashed, you will relinquish your hold upon this place.
All right, so you're just yelling for this creature to come out in the language that it understands, making a threat against the boat. No! At that moment, it appears. No! No! I tried to stop you at the fire, and now you're scratching my boat, the bird creature that I had imprisoned. No! Do not destroy my home. It's already been destroyed enough. Look what they've done to my beautiful tree. And it's appearing there in front of you. You know, it is, you do recognize this now that you've gotten a closer look. It is a dryad. She pleads with you just to stop, to not destroy the boat.
Red Chunk Tempest.
I'm sorry. I was gonna say before hearing that, I'm gonna threaten her and ask her where the letter is. And if she doesn't tell me where the letter is, I'm gonna set her whole ship on fire.
Please don't do that. My name is Lycia. I do not know about any letter, but anything would be kept, I would imagine, up at the front. Humans are such strange creatures with their writings and their letters. I keep closer to nature itself, but if there is anything, it would most likely be up, I would think, in the captain, I believe they call him, his area. Please do not destroy my ship. Please, this is all I have. The town's hobgoblins destroyed my tree within the woods. Took the wood. What?
Enough, Dryad. What is in this captain's quarters? We will slay it.
I have there's nothing in the captain's quarters. It's just me on this ship. You don't understand. The hobgoblins destroyed my tree and then sold the wood to the townspeople, and they used it in this ship. And now I'm here, and until they must free this ship for me. I'm stuck here in the mainmast and inside the figurehead of the ship itself. Please.
Okay, so I'm standing right in front of her, right?
Mm-hmm.
Attack her.
Oh no.
Yeah, that was going to be my action as well.
That was going to be my action as well.
So, like, we're kind of all on the same page.
Okay.
No, I'm gonna leave. I'm going to the captain's quarters. I'm out of here.
Before you do, she's like, wait, I will stop my attacks. Please, just promise me you'll take revenge against the hobgoblins that did this to my home. There's no need for this. I'm hurt, don't you understand? I thought you had come here to destroy what little I had. I want my tree back, or I want vengeance, and the townspeople don't care. None of them do. Please.
I want to know what wooden guts look like.
Oh, okay.
Lucius shouts out, "Didn't you hear me? I said we were here for vengeance against the hobgoblins too. You deaf dryad."
I did not hear you below.
Where are these hobgoblins?
You're willing to help me?
This
Ask you a
conversation
question,
seems to have
Dryad.
gone on too long for me not to have reacted with my sword.
Okay, so people want to kill. Not a problem. All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the captain's quarters.
Guys, real quick, Yuri's been trying to say something.
All right, yeah, let's go down the list of everybody here. Gick, do you want to say anything?
He's kind of keeping a quiet observation of everything. I'm gonna have him like kind of, without actually physically staying back. I'm just gonna have him do what the party ends up having to do.
Okay. And Tempest, I know Tempest is hanging back. Jimmy, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna stick my short sword into her ribs. I was already up by the chests there, so I am right beside her.
Okay. I think Cutter is also going to get her first because he said he's even closer. He's leading.
That's right.
So, all right, Lucius, what do you want to do?
Am I still strung up?
Yeah, you're actually no, she's released you at this point because you started talking to her. You know, you've been dropped now. Because she had control of the wood. She informs you and tells you that she's been controlling the wood itself, trying to defend this last little bit of her tree, and hoping that the townspeople would give up and leave the tree and leave the boat alone. But and you know, so she's let you go at this point. You're now on the floor with the party. You can stand up and everything else. There's no need to be prone. So you're there with them. But yes, you are standing and you are free.
Okay, so I already did my reckless attack rage. The first one, plus 23, 6 damage with my magic sword.
You kill
as
everything.
As I'm attacking her, I say, we may slay you, Dryad, but we can't avenge you. Tell us where these hobgoblins are.
All right. She gives you a map. She promised. She's like, look, I don't, please. I'm not an evil creature. She's quaking, and she quickly takes out, you know, she uses she kind of like rubs her fingers across the boat itself, and she seems to have like a magic in her finger, and she takes out a piece of like parchment that she had saw laying on the piece of inside one of the ship chests, and writes a quick little location on the map itself and hands it to you. There, take revenge.
And he says,
destroy those that destroyed my tree. And you can keep any treasure that you should find.
I will take it as a free action, but I say, and we're looking for another parchment. A letter.
I have no idea of that letter, but you're free to search around. I will not harm you anymore as long as you promise to take revenge against those that destroyed my home. And tell the townspeople that I want this ship taken care of better.
Okay, he'll relax. He will unrage.
Thank you. I promise you can have all the treasure that the hobgoblins stole from my trove as well. I don't recall the exact contents of the treasure trove. Such things have little weight with me, but I do remember that there was a lot of gold and some pretty items that I liked.
This is good enough for me. Hey, Tempest, shall we look for your letter?
Oh, Tempest, I'm already at the door.
She's at the door looking.
I've been waiting. Yeah, I don't left. I left already.
I'm sorry, I stopped right for a moment. What's the question, Cutter?
Well, it wasn't a question. So he got the map because he wanted a way to get to the hobgoblins so he can kill them and get their shit. But he also asked for a specific letter from the Dryad, and the Dryad said that she did not have it.
I wonder how many times I've stabbed it.
All right, so you want to attack it. So it doesn't matter.
I have been wanting to attack it.
Yes,
as
so
soon
Jimmy,
as soon as it appeared in front of me, I was going to start stabbing it.
So we can't say that you technically got that map, because let's find out if Jimmy has slaughtered this thing first. So what did you roll, Jimmy? Roll an attack.
I have not rolled yet. Because
Cutter,
no roll was called for, so I haven't rolled.
So how does this go? Cutter begins to talk to it, and you just push back Cutter to stab it.
I am right beside it because I kicked open the chest, and it has appeared beside the chest.
Let's roll. Go ahead and roll me an attack.
That is a 17.
Pretty sure that's gonna hit.
That is with sneak attack because it's
10 damage.
Right beside another one of my.
I'm no longer engaged. I'm no longer engaged with it though. I'm not fighting it, so you won't get that bonus.
But didn't you approach it?
He really wants to kill this thing, Cutter.
I'm standing there. I'm no longer fighting it.
I know, but there was like a long conversation in which I was stabbing it.
Oh my god.
I'm trying to get the map so we can get to the hobgoblins.
All right, so when you enraged, you weren't like attacking it.
He was conversating.
Right.
He was threatening it, but conversating.
Right.
All right,
The thing that kind of broke this is kind of played out like an MMO, right? So like the NPCs trying to talk to us. So that's kind of how it broke down. Once I get the
Right.
map, if I do get the map.
Okay, so I don't get that
would
2
be,
sneak damage, but I do hurt it for 8 piercing.
Now you still get this new sneak damage just because he's next to it and it's distracted.
Oh my god.
That's what I thought too.
Y'all
So
okay.
if anybody's standing next to him, I'm not even in an ally situation right now.
I'm sorry?
Well, I just want to clarify a rule thing for us here. So I'm no longer hostile in any way towards this creature, so I don't think I would be a distraction.
It still technically counts for sneak though.
I don't care about this 2 sneak damage. I'll take.
You just want to
take
stab
the
it.
8.
Okay. So
You
you
move past this. I don't care.
all right, so Cutter is talking to it, and right as it hands, begins to put the map in Cutter's hands, Jimmy just is like, the hell with this, and pushes by, and immediately goes to stabs right into the shoulder of the Dryad. She begins to scream out and
I'm gonna finish what the hobgoblin started. I say in goblin.
and at that, all right. So, but at that moment, go ahead and roll a. Let's see what would be.
Is that like a save?
Yup. Roll me another. Where is it at?
This is just gonna say, spare the heart.
All right. Roll me an acrobatics check again.
An acrobatics check? This is not a save then.
Yeah. Check, save. Same thing. Just roll dex. It's dex.
3.
Oh no.
All right. So at that moment.
Oh, sorry. Did you say just roll dex?
Well, no.
I mean, I rolled a 1.
No,
anyways.
I was saying that back in the day, it just would have been a dex. Acrobat, anyway. So you roll the acrobat. As you do that, an attacker, she screams, "Enough!" And the ship itself, the plankings of the ship, and then the pieces again of the hammocks, the wooden pieces, begin to come at Jimmy, flying through the air, and they stab right through Jimmy. And now you take a total of 4d6 points of damage.
Right.
She's screaming in pain. She's holding her shoulder. Let's see what you get though. And as you do this, 4d6. Damn, Jimmy's mean.
Oh.
18. I'm still up.
All right, so you take 18 points of damage. You said you were going to help me. Liars! Betrayers! All right, at that, and she dimensioned doors out of the way. Unless does anybody want to try to do something after that? Right as she dimensioned doors, right? Because
actually, in response to her almost dimension dooring, I'm going to use Cure Wounds on her shoulder because she feels pity.
y'all are. I don't know if you get the spell off before she dimension doors out. You have about 3 seconds. Because she's leaving.
I
She's
have
getting.
play on hands. It's an action I can just do by myself. It's just naturally what I do. Can I get that off?
The what? What do you want to do?
Lay on hands.
Lay on hands.
It's the same thing. It's just my natural healing.
How closer to you? You're kind of in the back. You'd have to get through everybody.
Sure.
I don't know if you'd make it to her fast
3
enough.
seconds would be about half her movement.
Yeah, I don't think you'd make it to her fast enough. You have just about time to scream out about 3 or 4 words as she's fading out. So do you want to say anything, Yuri? The ship is beginning to shake.
I mean, in response to this, all I say is like, "I'm sorry for them." In response to this, because
All right.
responsible for not stopping this.
Go ahead and let's see. Hatchet, do you want to do anything?
I'm no longer being hammocked.
Nope.
No, they freed you. So you're free.
Just wanted to clarify. I can't really think of anything that Hatchet would do or that I think that I would act upon because I already tried to get treasure and I kind of like with that. So I'll pass.
All right, so Hatchet's just watching the ship shake and everything as it's beginning to quake and the wood's beginning to creak and moan within these few seconds as she's dimension during away. Gick, do you want to do anything?
Yes. Halt.
All right.
With the command
Is
spell.
that a power word?
No, it's a command spell.
Speak one word too. Okay, good, smart. He spoke one word.
Halt, and if they fail the wisdom saving throw, they do not move and end their turn.
Oh, that's smart, Kick. That was really smart. All right.
That is very much
But it is a DC 13 wisdom saving throw.
All right. If I can get my roll 20 to respond. Hold on a second.
And just as a reminder, don't forget Exile's turn.
Yep. Oh, we have to do that.
How dare you call me out like this?
Let you do a thing.
All right. The Dryad looks like she's passed her wisdom save. All right. So let's do that. And what do you want to do, Exile?
Seems like we want to stop this thing. Can I try to grapple it?
You're going to try to grab it because it's right next to you in a few seconds that you got there. Are you near it? How close are you to it?
Well, I mean, I was near enough to like talk to it directly earlier.
You want to try to yell out something to it right now, or?
No, like I said, I'd like to try to grab it.
I don't think you'd be close enough to get there because you're back here. It's going to take more than 3 seconds. I'll tell you what, though, since you're VIP, we'll let her try. Yeah, that's right. We had to bring that into it. So I'm going to go ahead. We'll let her do a try. Go ahead, Exile. If you can roll me a strength at athletics 12 or above, and we'll say you're just able to grapple her as she's just fading away, able to grab the last. Oh, okay, so there we go. All right, right as she's just fading away, you're able to grab the last little bit of her physical presence. I'm trying to think if you'd be teleported away with her. All right, that's the
that question is no.
No, okay. So if the answer to that is no, then at that moment, she stays in place and she looks enraged. And now everybody has to roll initiative. So let's do that.
Just before we roll initiative, Scribbles is going to mimic Yuri. I'm sorry for them.
Tony, just remember, I'm not in the room anymore.
Yeah, you jetted out. You're gone. Space, you're just feeling this ship shake and everything. It's moaning and creaking.
Oh yeah, should we narrate what she's doing as this is happening?
Well, I was about to ask her that in just a second. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. What are you doing right now, Space?
I'm gonna make my way to the captain's quarters.
You're beelining for the captain's quarters as the ship is shaking and raging and everything else. All right. So Space has got here to the captain's quarters. All right, I got you in there. I won't do your movement because you weren't in combat. You were just running. All right, inside the captain's quarters, I'll give you another description again real quick. Do this for you. The officers' quarters consist of a large room, each with a bed and a sea chest. As you enter the sea chest, because you made the Dryad angry again. As you enter, go ahead and give me a straight dexterity save, or an acrobatics save, or acrobatics 16. Go ahead. Because as you enter the room, the chests themselves, the wooden chests, slide from the beds, and they're coming towards you and sliding toward you and trying to smash you into the wall itself.
So for clarification, I'm no longer floating, right? Because I did tempestuous magic. So I was in the air.
Well, are you? How high are you? You're only like about a foot or two off the ground. I would say the chest would still be high enough that they'd be able to hit you and push you, even though you're floating, kind of levitating just a little. So, all right. Well, you just passed it. You're able to use, even though, you see these things coming towards you, and they're all these chests, these 4 chests are actually moving towards you with they're kind of like chomping down, almost like mimics, but they're not mimics. You can obviously tell that they're just being animated now, obviously by the Dryad. So it's coming towards you. You're able to use your tempestuous magic to just get out of the way and skim. You use it to levitate on the side of the wall, almost sidewall running to get away from these chests, and you land on the other side of the chest as they hit into the wall. And you see 2 of them actually kind of like destroy and crumple. They hit the wall hard enough and their contents spill across the floor. But the other 2 chests now are coming for you. But let's go back to the other people and see what they are doing. Not mimics, though. Let's roll initiative for the other people in the room here. I think Winged is 22.
Hatchet goes before me. She has better dex.
So
Man, I guess I'll try to shoot her with my bow and arrow.
it looks like Mace is going first.
Oh, do we have to roll again? Sorry.
No, it looks like
you got it.
No, you got it. You got it. You're
You
first.
rolled the same as I did.
Yeah,
rolled
you
the
just
same-
got the same roll.
Oh wow, nice.
Damn! Got that crit. First crit of the day.
See it with that crit.
All right, let me put these. I'm just putting everybody's initiative in real quick. Wait, give me a second here. Raven.
I never actually rolled my initiative. That's why my initiative came up at the end of the roll.
All right, and then
Yeah, there you are with a 9.
this cutter
I've
is
got
12.
a 13. I mean, you can see it all.
I'm at the bottom.
I'm near the bottom.
What did
I'm hanging out down there with you.
Oh, there's Eldritch 19. Okay. So used to looking for the name Gick. All right, so that goes there. And what did Exile got? 20. Okay.
I go next after Hatchet.
I think Lucius goes after Hatchet,
That's right. Yep.
and then Exile goes. All right. So Hatchet has got. You want to describe your awesome crit?
Well, I'm bleeding a little bit because now I've been damaged by the boat twice, so I'm gonna just summon all the endorphins that I have now rushing through me, kind of like getting a penicillin shot, and bring it all the way back past my ear and immediately fly it out. Like, not even half a second passes when I am taking it.
All right. So and she's taken a total. Not you, but the Dryad has taken a total of 9 points of damage. And let's roll her initiative too. I forgot to roll. Dryad's initiative.
Thank you,
You're
mega
dead.
skill.
Wow.
I'm dead. All right. So the Dryad
Murdered.
minus 9 and plus the 8 from before, so that's minus 17. All right, she begins crying out, please, please, I was only defending my home. Please, I don't want to die. I don't want to die. I've given, please, I'm begging you. I'm not an evil creature. She's cowering and holding her hands up to the tabaxi and literally is almost on her hands and knees. The ship is still rumbling, so you can still, she still has power, but she's literally on her hands and knees as blood is flowing out of her wound that Hatchet just made. Please, there's no need for this. I've told you.
After she says, I'm not an evil creature, could I just say, but we are?
I was gonna say.
Ooh.
Say that, yeah.
As you say that, her eyes widen in absolute terror and fear as she realizes what you really are. You're hell incarnate and death itself. So her eyes, no. And all right, so her fear is intense. All right, so it is now Lucius's turn.
And with her fear going like that, he goes, and then there's a scorching ray.
You make a good Joker. Ooh.
Ugh.
What
Yo,
the F? Oh,
Did
wait.
you have advantage on that?
I don't think he did because it didn't hit her. It didn't hit her.
Yeah, no, it's oh. Oh,
Yeah,
he
he-
didn't hit her?
No, because well, hold on. Let me,
Because the second roll was a crit, but I don't know if he had advantage on that.
I don't think he
I
had
am next
advantage.
for it.
Technically, she hasn't put that up yet, so I'll say that one hit because I didn't say she had that up. So yes, that one does hit with a total of. Ooh,
17 plus 16 plus
It's a lot.
22.
But I'm saying like that would be the crit damage, all of that,
Yeah.
right?
I don't think that's.
Oh, it is?
Website.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
because you critted on the second thing, it's calculating the crit.
Yeah,
Okay,
I think
so
it's.
I'll just
So one of
roll.
those first two, I think, is not.
So what happens is
valid.
the scorching ray. What happens is it does 3 rays of fire,
Right.
and those are 2d6 fire damage each.
Yeah, and you have to roll a ranged spell attack for each of those rays.
Okay, here we go. So that's just rolling scorching ray again, right?
Yeah, so 14.
So
got
the first one was a
That
17
sucks.
damage.
No, the first one was just 7.
I think
Oh
the
yes, yes, you're right. Well, I guess the first damage, right?
I
would be
think-
10.
10.
I think it was 10. I think the first one was 10.
Yeah.
All right, so and then you rolled another 14 and another 7. So the last
And a
one
7.
doesn't hit. So the first 2 hits, so it's a total of 14 damage. You want to describe your damage?
Okay, yeah, I just and it just sizzles, and I'm like walking towards her as I'm throwing the rays at her.
Oh, that's missed. So she begins screaming in pain. Please, please, no! It hurts, it burns! You know, because, you know, she's part of nature. You begin seeing, like, she's partly made from nature, so the leaves of her hair begin to burn and crisp over. Her lips begin to blacken and curl away. We begin to see her teeth and the skeleton as it cracks in her face as her skin blisters and burns. You see the red underneath the cracked flesh. She's screaming, please! And her arms begin to go into the pugilist stance, which is when somebody gets burned, your arms go like that, and they just totally creep up. So her arms are beginning to creep up on her from her muscles being burnt and the sinews and the fibers popping within the arms itself near the bones. So she's and the smell terrible. It smells like, actually it's not so bad. It smells like burnt cherry wood.
Your heart will be tasty.
Barbecue. All right, so that's your move, and now it's Scribble's turn.
You are currently grappled with it right now, right?
I think Scribbles probably would have had to let go with the fire being on fire.
You're muted right now.
Yeah, I just realized that.
I think Scribbles had to let her go because, you know, fire and all.
It
So,
doesn't really give me any
I think
benefits.
Scribbles wasn't Scribbles scratching the wall?
well, Scribbles had
Oh, that was
grappled.
earlier.
Yeah, that was earlier to make the Dryad kind of come out.
I grabbed the Dryad when she tried to dimension.
Oh, gotcha.
door.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna mimic Yuri and just go, "I'm sorry," and make my attacks because apparently we're.
As it's burning, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. It's like that.
Yeah, like
it's like that South Park episode. I'm sorry. We're sorry.
Yep. Like
Sorry.
like
Sorry.
you're not really part of our party, right? So we opened this cage and it caused all this ruckus.
All right. So
Which
as
you
do-
might have been trying to avoid. I'm not sure.
As you do that, the Dryad falls down in a crumpling, burnt heap. You want to describe how you killed it, though? Because it's down.
Just put it out of its misery.
Put it out. All right, so you go. What weapon you use? Unarmed strike. All right, so you go over there
Yep.
as you're, it's on fire, and you literally able to punch a little bit through the flames. You crack the orbital bone of the Dryad first. She screams and put her hand to her eye, and a little bit of her eyeball begins to fall out because the orbital has become cracked so bad it drips out of her eye. You can tell there's pain, fear, and what's even worse is there's this look of the realization that it's really going to happen, that death is about to touch her. Because when a person realizes they're about to die, that moment isn't fear, it's shock. that, oh my God, I'm really about to die. So that's what you see in her eyes, and you see the death light as she looks at you, and you cracked her skull with pounding on it, and you slowly see the light of life drain from the Dryad's eyes as she goes limp in the arms of the Kenku. And then the Kenku picks and pokes the eyes out of her.
Hey.
I embellished. What can I say? But if she doesn't want to do that,
Cutter says in response to that blow from the Kenko, he says, I like this one.
So now that is down. Oh, go ahead, Cutter.
Cutter wants to head off immediately. Cutter wants to head off immediately to try and find the captain's quarters with Tempest.
All right, so the boat itself has stopped shaking and everything else. So it's no longer this intense. It just falls down, and all of a sudden the sails. It just gets calm. All of a sudden, the boat itself. You get this feeling that whatever was going on in this boat, obviously the Dryad must have had control of the wood somehow. It is now done. So,
can we raid the body?
What'd you say?
Can we raid the body?
Can you raise the body?
Can we
Yeah,
raid
I mean,
the body?
Raid?
Raid the
Oh,
body.
oh,
Let's be Vikings. You're right. Let's be Vikings, and we'll lead the whole campaign trail.
And I'm gonna start going through the chests and stuff too, like just looking for good stuff.
okay.
Yeah, I'd like to loot as well.
Scribble's just gonna head towards the captain's quarters.
Yes, we can do that. I'll tell you what. It's actually not. What? Go ahead.
It's like, Dick, what did you want to say?
You're just going to pick up the map to the hobgoblins.
Fair enough.
All right, yeah, let's find out what everybody wants to do real quick. Gick has got the map. Jimmy, you're heading up towards the front, you said, right?
I was already at the front. I was right in front of this thing when it appeared.
No, Sarah, you're going to head towards the captain's quarters. I know Cutter is. Are you heading towards captain's quarters?
No,
no,
I'm
you're looking
looting
at a chest.
the
That's right.
chests.
Okay. Yuri, what do you want to do?
I'm going to go help Jimmy raid the chests.
Okay, gonna look in those chests. Tempest, I know where Tempest is at. She's still dealing. So let's go back to Tempest real quick, because she is dealing with her situation. But before I do that, Hatchet, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna kind of take the other one of the chests and scoot it out of the way of the other two, so that I can have my own little chest to work through.
All right. So Hatchet moves that chest out of the way. Are you trying? Obviously, people can see that because it's a huge chest.
Yeah,
So,
but
she's gonna start
mean, it's
hissing at
like,
them.
there's no honor among thieves. Like, it's cool if I loot here.
Hatchet has her own personal chest. As Cutter and Yuri are raiding this chest. All right.
I'll loot one of the other chests if there's another one, or I'll loot the one that they have.
No, there was just two. Just
I'm
two.
gonna look in there with them because I want anything magical.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Cutter's not. Cutter's headed off to Tempest. Remember, he's not looting a chest.
Oh, okay. Cutter. That's right. Cutter head of Tempest. All right. So you're heading over there. Hatchet's hanging there. I know where Tempest is at. And Scribbles, what are you going to be doing at this point?
Scribbles went to the captain's.
Okay. So
Captain's quarters as well.
okay. So Scribbles and Cutter are off to the captain's quarters.
I would like Gick to do one thing before we cut over to the captain's quarters, whenever
Got
that
it.
is.
Yep. Let me do it for you, Gig.
Is there still pieces of the Dryad left?
Yes, there is.
Gick is going to break off one of her branch fingers
Oh, bro, that's harsh.
and cast Spare the Dying on the finger
Why?
to preserve it, like he did with the wyvern eye.
Oh, dude, that's he's got his ear neck. It's his ear necklace.
Yeah, no, he looks at the now preserved Dryad finger, like doesn't have any magical properties anymore. It's just the finger of a once living Dryad. I know an eyeball that will love your company.
Lucius,
and he puts it.
Lucius goes.
Oh,
you know,
that's
it's the
harsh.
heart that's the actual valuable thing here.
Very nice.
A trophy is a trophy. Have at the heart if you can find it. And that will be it for Gick right now.
All right. So Gick is taking trophies. Got his ear necklace. Can you hear me? All right. So Cutter, and there he is. All right. So we will go back real quick to Tempest. Tempest, at this point, the two chests, they're heading back for it. They really aren't enemies per se. Do you want to try to do an attack on these chests? You see them approaching you. There's no need for initiative. Do you want to try to do an attack on them, or do you want to try to dodge them again?
I would like to do an attack on them. Are these chests very heavy, or do they look heavy?
They look like standard chests. I'd say each one looks like it'd weigh about 20 to 30 pounds if you tried to lift it up.
Okay, I would like to do a thunder. I'm gonna do a thunderclap.
Okay.
I'm gonna put it in. Hold on.
Constitution save.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to thunderclap them into a wall.
Okay, well, they're not going to have to do a Constitution save. You automatically just do the damage. So these things, you break off huge bits and pieces of these things, but they're still kind of coming towards you, even though they're highly damaged. You can tell, like, they're darn near falling apart. You can see through the things at this point and everything else. So go ahead and roll me another. Where is it?
Acrobatics.
Yeah, that's what it is. Okay, I was just looking for it. All right, because you're in there, the officers' quarters. It's DC at 16. So let's see, what did you get?
I got a 6.
That time you did not. So these things. All right. So even though you've highly damaged them, you do your thunderclap, and as you do that, this huge echo goes through the ship. Cutter and Scribbles. You hear it. They're still running towards you, so they know there must be something going on. The rest of the party, they can hear it as they're, cutting. Gick hears as he's putting his finger into his pouch and kind of playing with the finger and waving at the eyeball with it. Everybody hears this huge sound go off, and as you do it, it's still not enough. They're coming at you, and you take.
It's someone just
one dice. You take 1 dice, 3 points of damage from each one. So basically, I don't even know why they put that in. There's no such thing as almost 1d3. I hate that when they do that. But whatever. It's like 1d4 minus 1. That's what I'm going to do. Just minus 2 here. So whatever it rolls.
D6 like in half.
Yeah. So there you go.
Having fun of
All right. So just 5 points of damage you take total. Or half of that, excuse me. Or minus 2. So 3 points of damage you're taking total. As these boxes, the wood is, even though you've just partly destroyed it with your thunderclap, the wood has become sharp and splintered, and it comes down on your hand that you had just used thunderclap with, and it pulls away as your hands. You try to pull it out. If you've ever seen the movie Dr. Sleep, again, great movie, it literally, you have to pull it so hard as it's clamped on your hand, it rips part of the flesh off the top of your hand. So you're screaming in pain as you see the tops of your bones and your knuckles and this crumpled up little bit of flesh as you pulled it out from the chest. But you take 3 points of damage from that. And at that point, Cutter and Mr. Scribbles, or Miss Scribbles, comes inside here. And I hope everybody can see it. Do I need to move the camera? Probably so. Let me move that so we can see the captain's quarters. I'll get that for you in just a second. Moving. And there we go. And that should give you a view of the captain's quarters. Can you see inside, guys?
We're still looking at the Dryad room.
Okay.
It might be the delay.
Might be a delay if JC is switching it over.
It's a delay from our
There's like a,
Discord
it's like
voice
an
to
overhead
Twitch.
an overhead view of the Dryad room is still
Okay,
on
JC,
camera.
can you switch that to battle cam, please? If you're back there, I hope you're still back there. Is he back there? He's back there. Okay, so we'll switch that to battle cam in a second. Yep. So you've come into the room and you see Tempest, The 2 chests are pretty much right around her. And what do you guys want to do as you see these 2 chests around Tempest and...
Did they
No,
not die out with the Dryad?
What'd you say?
Did they not die out with the Dryad?
Well, the chests themselves are still kind of coming at her. It's the last little bit of magic. You just messed with you just messed with the DM because they were attacking her before. So we'll just say that this was occurring.
Yeah.
Let's keep it going. All right. So yeah, you have these 2 chests that are.
Let me know when I can go, or if I want to roll initiative or whatever is appropriate.
I'm not going to do initiative for that because Roma's past 9 o'clock. So I'm just going to quickly. I know what's about to happen with these things anyway. So go ahead and we'll let who's in there. We'll let Scribbles attack first. Go ahead, Scribbles, attack one of the boxes there, or the chests. Unless you're not going to attack, you don't have to. If you want to just watch them kill Tempest, you have that option.
I'm gonna point at one of the chests and mimic Cutter going, "I like this one," and then I'm gonna attack it.
Attack it. All right. That chest, you hit that thing. You see Scribbles, the feathers ruffle on the back of Scribbles' neck, and you see the little maw of her maw starts like clipping like that after it said that about Cutter, and then hits it. The fist, this feathered fist, comes out and punches the box, and the box literally just explodes almost into dust. The hit was so strong and did so much, and you see the contents spread on the floor, and inside that chest you see a rolled up piece of parchment kind of roll across the floor into the corner, but there's still 1 chest left. Cutter, what is there anything else you want to do? Scribbles right there.
I'll grab the paper.
Eat the parchment. Eat the parchment.
Eat the parchment. All right, so Scribbles now has the parchment. She's eating it.
No.
Tempest is going insane. Tempest is going insane. Okay, no. All right. So you've got the parchment as it rolled across the floor, but there's still 1 chest. Cutter, what do you want to do?
Well, first, I want to acknowledge that Omega Scales has signed up for 4 months as a subscriber.
Thank you,
And,
Omega. Yeah.
Thanks, Omega.
Yo,
Great tips.
Scales, my dude, Ken, fucking love you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, bud. And also, Lunatter 2 has been a great tipper, and there's been a lot of tips throughout with Exile and a couple others.
Thank you, guys. I'm gonna have to make some of y'all VIPs. I'm gonna have to go back in there and do VIPs again. So I will get on that. Somebody remind me and kick me in the butt to say, Tony, don't forget to do VIPs because I have a lot of work. But somebody don't forget so I can do these VIPs. But thank you guys so much for the follows. Thank you for the subs. We appreciate it more than you could ever know. Yeah. Right. So that explodes.
And then
go ahead.
So Cutter will then slide in between the 1 chest that's left and Tempest, and he will use his 3rd and final rage. And I will do a reckless attack with my maul and scream. And as I do that, if I hit, something cool happens. Let me try and hit.
It's gonna be a definite hit. I can tell you that right now.
Okay, good.
These things have like no AC. This is again back in the day.
13 is my high roll.
All right, so you're good to go. You've hit it. Okay, so no matter, it's destroyed. It only has 1 hit point left. So Tempest did 4 points. They only had 5 hit points. She did 4, so it's destroyed. There's no way you could do less than 1.
So yeah, I just yell, "Wah!" and then bam, just bash it into pits to go flying like projectiles in every direction.
All right.
One even hits me. Smile.
All right, it hits you. Just pull it out, kind of like in Game of Thrones, where the guy put his chest against the thing. Wasn't even hurt when it was cutting him. Like whatever. Of course, then he died of massive infection. But yeah, whatever. All right, so those chests are destroyed. You have now got the parchment in hand. Tempest is standing there. I'm gonna check real quick with the rest of the party what they want to do. Let's start with Yuri. What would you like to do?
I am assuming that we are still in the other room raiding the
Yeah,
chest.
we're looting.
Okay, so y'all basically no one's leaving. As long as I know no one's leaving that room, then I'll continue on with Tempest and everything else. If somebody wants to leave, then to let me know. But
This
if not,
is Tempest's moment.
okay. So Tempest,
Yeah, pretty much.
all right. So the parchment is now in the hand of Scribbles. You're the person that just you saved out of there, or not person but Kenku, and of course Cutter's there as well. What do you guys want to do?
I'm gonna turn to Scribbles and I'm gonna give me that.
Just gonna go to hand the paper. Notice the messed up hand. Hand the paper to the other hand.
I'll take it with my other hand and thank you. And I'm gonna open it, read it, and probably walk off the boat.
All right.
Yeah.
So you're walking off the boat. Now I could be a real jerk since it's past 9 o'clock and be like, you're gonna have to wait 3 weeks to find out what it says. But I'm not gonna do that. All right. So I assume that you're reading this note.
Yes, I'm reading the note.
Okay. What you see, there's only a few words left. A lot has been waterlogged out, because it got wet and everything from, the beyond the boat for so long. But you're able to determine these words. It wasn't a sun. Not too late. Clans at war. In Dagger Falls. Shadowdale. And that's it.
I want to write that down.
Yeah, can you put that in?
Can you repeat that, Tony?
Absolutely. It wasn't a sun. Not too late. These are these are the only words that are left that are legible. It wasn't a sun. Not too late. Clans at war. In Dagger Falls. Shadowdale. And those are all separated. It's not one long sentence. Those are just like words on the page itself.
Well, assuming I know what half of that means, I'm gonna burn the letter.
All right. So you
Nobody else knows it. And you say sun is in the S-U-N or S-O-N?
S-O-N. S-O-N. Tempest knows what it means. She knows. So, yeah, you go ahead then. You burn the letter, and the rest of the party sees, this puff of smoke going up right after you leave the letter. They see it, because they watched you walk away, and they know you're reading something. And does anybody want to say anything to Tempest, or?
Well, only 2 people are in there.
So Cutter wants just us right now, the 3 of us. So
Okay.
Cutter wants to walk up to Tempest. He turns to Scribbles. He says, "Third person, leave."
So you're telling Scribbles to jet?
Sounds so nice.
I just saw JC just pop up.
Scribbles, you're muted.
Oh, she had muted.
I'll go.
Oh, wait.
I'll go.
Well, we set
Go.
this thing free, so we've done an act of kindness. So we get full experience points on the scores.
So Scribbles has to walk out, huh? All right.
So you may consider yourself
Like
some
following
kind of
Tempest,
VIP,
though, right?
but it's time to leave.
I've had that happen to me. That really sucks.
All right. So the Scribbles has been told to get the hell out of the room. So we will remove Scribbles from the room unless Scribbles refuses to leave. But apparently she has said okay.
I mean, go.
So poor Scribbles says,
I could try to just hang out outside the door.
actually, you can do that because there is a door.
Yeah.
Right there. Here, I'll crack the door. Scribbles can listen. All right, so Scribbles has walked out the door.
And then I say in Wood Elf, I say to Tempest, say, well,
you'll see me out taking the breath, and I'll just start shaking in rage. You'll see, like, as I get more and more angry, my eyes start to like glaze over, and it's like lightning is flashing through them. My hands are like becoming like what's the word? Electrified.
Election. Grease
You
lightning.
got shock hands.
Like grease lightning. Woo!
And
Go,
and I'm gonna turn away from Cutter, and I'm just gonna shoot like a bolt of lightning through the to like damage the ship because I'm that angry.
I think we should.
All right.
Oh boy.
So, all right. So the ship, as you do that, the ship, you see a burn mark and an actual burn go through the ship itself and out into the water. It's dark outside, so it creates kind of like this burst of light from the front of the ship, showing how rageful you are of what just happened and how hurt you are.
And then I'm gonna say back to Cutter, he's dead. He's dead. I don't want to. And then I'm just gonna I'm just gonna shake my head.
is dead.
He's dead.
Is dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
Or he is going.
No, he's going. He's gonna be dead. I'm gonna kill him.
He says, "I can see your rage, sister." He says, "Let it loose," and he offers up his chest. He says again, "Let it loose."
Looks like we have a future barbarian here. All right, so let me go down the list, and then we'll actually, you know what? Let's end it here. Unless anybody wants to say anything real quick that they had RP wise, but if not, then I'm going to end it here, and we'll start next week with them getting off the ship, and I assume going to collect their rewards.
I think Lucius is going to mention that perhaps we should try to take ownership of this ship and then sell it ourselves.
Oh,
we'll never
my
have to worry
lord.
about gold again.
He has tried to steal the ship.
Well, nobody's here. You could take it to
You
a
realize it's someone else's ship, right? You do realize that? That's the only reason why we are here?
We could take it to a port and sell it and then come back with the stuff that they wanted.
Again, we do not want any more attention on ourselves than needed.
I'm on your side with this one. It's a bit much. We already had the whole town try to attack us. And for my glorious voice, we would have probably been locked up and or hung. Probably the latter, because, we're kind of irredeemable. Not gonna lie. So we should kind of quit while we're ahead with that little idea. But I like good energy. Like let's keep that.
I'm gonna go with what Gek is saying, but at the same time, I'm like, we don't want any more attention. We've already had people after us. Let's not make any more enemies, shall we? Unless you'd like to make more enemies right now. As Yuri's gonna threateningly just gonna pull out pull out her sword.
All right.
Okay, let's just get the treasure and go.
I'm probably already wearing anything that looks valuable.
Hatchet, what do you want to do? Is there anything you want to do?
I'm just taking the whatever in the chest that I grabbed.
Okay, we'll go over all that in the next session. But don't forget, y'all do have your rewards coming. So just to remember the awesome stuff that you're getting for this quest. And I so bad, y'all dodged so much stuff. Just real quick, I want to tell you things you dodged. You dodged getting thrown off the boat by a plank and drowning and dying. You dodged getting rolled over by barrels and dying. And you dodged getting crushed by crates and dying. Those are the three major ways you can die. And all of you, how could you guys not have inspected the barrels? Every freaking person looks in barrels in an RPG. But no, this group does not. Y'all are like, nah, we're not going to look in the barrels or the crates. We're just going to go straight to the cage. I was like, son of a bitch. And then you didn't.
They were just filled with pitch and like brine and stuff.
And then nobody looked over the edge. I thought somebody for sure would get you and say, okay, I look over the edge to inspect the boat at the water line or something like that. Because once you do that, one of the things the dryad pitches you over and you drowned. So,
I've died so many times for that to happen.
how did y'all seem to just survive just by the skin of your teeth? But anyway, the reward that you get, we'll go over the RP, but I just want you to remember because it's going to be a few weeks so you can think about how y'all going to split up this, start talking about how you split your loot. Remember, you're getting 2,000 pieces of gold, a longsword +1, and a bracers of AC 14. So you're
That's included on the ship, right?
What?
That's not including what's on the ship, right?
Oh, that's
Yeah, and of course, remember, you're not supposed to have done any damage to the ship. Or you know.
No?
Remember,
okay, I forgot that part.
he told you, oh no, you can watch the previous stream. He actually says he admonishes you not to harm the ship, for any reward is forfeit if the party inflicts more than minor damage to the Farsi. Yeah.
Well,
My bad.
we lost that one right at the end
Just
there.
outside the door, Scribbles has their little book out, and they're just writing a whole transcript of the conversation between Cutter and Tempest.
Ooh.
Oh boy.
All right, so
hopefully Cutter doesn't see that.
and even though we haven't done the RP for this, the guy, I'll wait. I'll let y'all. There is one more item you're going to get, but that's specifically for Tempest, so I'll let that be a surprise.
Nice.
All right. So anyway, we're going to end this, guys. We ran a little bit long, but that's also because we started a little bit late. How the groups, I thought for sure someone would die. I hate the fact that I can't kill anyone. 5e is I cannot kill these people. They won't die. It's like
Trust me, there are ways to kill us.
well, I could just drop the red dragon on you or something truly brutal,
Yeah,
but
that's true.
that would be a little bit too much. But that's fine. That's fine. I've got other stuff coming that's cruel for other people's personal quests. Because I'm working.
And again, shout out to Exile.
Yeah,
Again,
shout out.
to Exile, our VIP.
Yes. Thank you, Exile. And Exile's going to be coming back. This won't be her only game. Hopefully, we want to keep all our VIPs, anybody that's helping us, just this kind of stuff that you get. If you're a VIP with us and you're helping really support us, that you're going to get to come to one of our games once in a while. Once every few months, we'll bring in a VIP and let them play. Exile's still going to be playing in the good game, if I'm not mistaken, as well. Not tomorrow, but in a future session, there'll be another good game for them. So you'll be seeing Scribbles come back as part of a very special character that relates to the story, but that's a secret. Shh, what's going to happen? All right. Cool. All right, thank you guys. Again, I'm sorry if I don't always type in chat all the time when I'm DMing. I'm pretty much just, looking at so much stuff, so I don't always get to type in chat. But thank you for all the people that came and watched. Thank you for all the support. Please check us out on our social media. Don't forget, this Sunday is Pandemonium, the World of Hell with DM Raven. So there's a lot going on, and hopefully you enjoyed the show. I'm sorry that everybody lived and there was no serious damage, but there's something, I tried. Sorry, Cutter will make a mistake. He'll walk into somewhere. He'll do something.
Cutter is currently asking Tempest to shoot him with lightning, so...
Yeah, there you go.
And I can totally do that for you, honey. You want me to do? I can roll the damage right now.
Do it right now.
Oh,
Right. Yeah, right. Yeah, right now I'm working. Do it. Right now I'm.
Shocking.
Someone's got to die.
Lighten the lore.
Someone's got to go.
What? One lightning?
Listen, we don't want to kill him now.
Not yet. But
Off my one shit there.
But I know that the future quest will someone's going to make a mistake, because I'm right now working on the personal quests, the first of the personal quest lines for Gick and Hatchet. So those will be coming up soon, and those are a little bit more brutal because they actually have real things to kill, not just vicious traps. So we're going to have some fun. Sooner or later, someone's going to drop.
Yes.
It's just a matter of time. All right.
I just wanted to add that in Cutter's defense, the only reason he's the first one in the room is because Nobody else wants to go into the room.
That is true. That is true. Hey, look how long it took y'all to get on the boat. Y'all took like an hour because y'all were so scared to step on that boat. Like, like, oh God, I don't want to be the first one on.
It was
Yeah,
an
we sent
hour
a
and
disposable
45
rat.
minutes before you guys got to the basement to open the cage.
Yeah.
Poor Exile's like, just get on the goddamn boat.
Eating a burger for 2 hours.
It's like, so what if you take a little damage? So what? Still, come on.
A little. You just explained there were 4 ways on the bridge itself that could insta-kill us.
Three. Although it could be 4, because if Cutter had failed the second strength check for that rope, it would have thrown him over the side, and he probably would have drowned. So, there you go. But not having your armor on helps the roll. So yeah, we're gonna say goodbye. If everybody wants to say goodbye, thank you for coming. And yeah, you're gonna see a lot more stuff, more crazy quests. And again, they still got the main quest, the overarching Dreamfever quest in the town. But that's first they've got to find a way to get back into the town without being, executed. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes with their trip back to Red Morgan and talking to Red Morgan and see what plan they've come up with to tell Red Morgan how they want to get back into town. All right, so we will see you later, guys. Bye bye.
See you on Sunday.
Bye, guys.
Bye bye.
Everybody, come Sunday.
Sunday.
Meet Elma the Great.
Ooh.